Oh, what is up, buds? Welcome to WeeDnD, the pod positive live tabletop role-playing experience. I am your dungeon master for the night, Brandon Allen McClanahan, but my buds call me Bam. We are freaking stoked to be here tonight, guys. We are here to launch Chapter 2, and we are here with some of my very favorite people. Speaking of which, I'm gonna pass this energy through the fibers of the room that we're in to my dear and wonderful friend, Brenna Folger. Hey, Brenna. How you doing, girl?
I'm doing great, Bam. How you doing over there within arm's reach of me?
Like, right?
Within harm's reach of me.
I bite.
Brenna Folger here, but you guys know me as Pickles Ennui, the level 6 monk, Cuddleforged. I'm ready to explore this new world with these new friends and all this good stuff, and it reminds me of something that I love to do when I start things off, and that is my favorite fruit. I really do I like grapefruit, but you know what I like grapefruit? I like to peel it, take it out of its peel, let it sit for just a mo. Just a mo. It's got that little casing on it, because then it gets it'll get this little pop to it when you bite into it. It's juicy on the inside.
With a grapefruit?
So, with a grapefruit. Lemons, also things that have that little skin on it, you could take it out of the peel, if you will, and then put it and then it gets real nice and juicy-loosey. How about you, Nicole? What fruits do you like?
What fruit? Oh, I like so many of them. Blueberries. I'm gonna say blueberries because I
Good
love.
answer.
Thank you. Golf clap for the blueberries. Yes. What's up, buds? I'm Nicole Ungert. I'm so excited to be at this table. I am Enra level 6 Aasimar or Aasimar, depending on how you want to pronounce it. I am super excited to do some fun things with these wonderful creatures and beings in this wonderful world. And with that in mind, I'm gonna toss this over to my good old friend, Jake.
Ooh, that energy hits hard. Good energy, everybody.
Yeah.
Yes,
Slaps.
Jake Taylor
Energy.
here once again, but not as Gary Greenheart, not as real Arthurban, but Mog, the level 6 human necromancer. Very excited for my character and all these characters to jump into this new world. I feel like it's gonna be something real different, real fun. Favorite fruit? It's funny they were provided. I love a cutie because I like a good orange.
You are.
But sometimes you just, Bam, you stop it.
I'm gonna flirt with you from 2 feet away now.
Arms length, shake me, shake me.
Shake the good boy.
Shaking Jake.
Shake and shake. But I do love me a good cutie because they're healthy, you get your vitamin C, and it's convenient. You just, and then off you go on your merry way.
Take Papa with you.
Speaking of cuties, look at this pop over here. What's going on, buddy? Oh, wait.
Yep, what's up?
Wow, reception's good here.
Oh, oh my God, it's so much better in here. Yeah, I know, it's good. What's up, buds? Drew. Big Papa. No, that's right. I'm not him anymore.
I mean, you could still be Big Papa.
I can still be Big Papa though. Yeah, I'm just not Thoricus or Lucian Le'More. Wolf of Love coming at you. Level 6 human variant blood hunter. About to hunt some blood, y'all. I think.
Hide your blood.
Hide your blood. Hide your other things that bleed. I hunt it. I don't know, guys. I'm so psyched to be here. Again, it's my favorite thing to do all week. And you guys are my favorite fucking people, along with these. And these people behind the scenes, my favorite fucking people in the world.
Gus Langley. We got Munch in the house. We got Steph in the house.
Oh, and I see Smiles.
All
He's
these
the Lord of
beautiful
Lost.
friends of the
All you
show.
guys.
So good to see y'all. Thank you so much for being here.
Is your
But
favorite
yeah.
fruit a blood orange?
Oh God, no, it's not.
No. I hate that.
No,
I love blood
way
oranges.
too much vitamin C for me. Yeah, no, I'm more of a peach guy.
Oh, I like peaches.
I like peaches. Oh my God, it's not even going there.
Bugs butts.
It's good though. It's good. But yeah, no, I like peaches. I do. They're my fave.
Hell yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that's I guess that's what I got to say. Favorite fruit. Excited to be here.
Dude,
Buds.
yeah.
Fucking.
This
yeah.
is wild for us, guys. This is a first for WeeDnD as far as we're about to play at this table. We're not talking about playing, we're not hanging out with you guys and talking about playing. We're actually about to start a new chapter at the table together, and I'm freaking stoked. My favorite fruit,
I was about to say.
it's important,
Yeah.
is
It is.
watermelon. Because I like to do a little
Yeah.
thought experiment. I'm dying on a desert island, right? I'm starving. There's no food anywhere. And you come upon like a fucking watermelon in real life. Like there's just this giant, moisture-filled, sweet, delicious. Like it's a miracle of nature. I think.
Yeah.
So I'm a huge watermelon guy. I even like watermelon candy. I think it does translate well.
Seeds or seedless?
Aw.
Oh, seedless. Like we've evolved as a society. Like what are we gonna be?
There's a couple flavors that don't do what
They
they
don't
say
translate.
they are. Like
Yeah.
banana doesn't
Banana's
do it.
not.
No, that's not
banana
banana.
is not
That's
banana.
not banana.
Banana
That's-
runt and banana are two
Yeah,
Yes.
flavors.
banana
Very
flavoring,
different.
and then bananas don't taste right.
I wish that there
watermelon
were
I always
actual
thought
blue
didn't transfer
raspberries,
over,
though.
Because there's
I-
some that does.
but- Okay.
I
got-
feel like some does.
Yeah.
I do love me some motherfucking watermelon though. That is solid.
Oh yeah.
Watermelon is
Solid.
Yeah, I'm seriously
Solid.
looking around. Like,
Solid.
There's no
Good
watermelon
choice.
here.
You should run this game. Good answer.
Seedless watermelon is a front to God, and I'm here for
Oops,
it.
all seeds.
Yeah.
Brian Janae laughs in God's face
Right,
every day.
spikes. Yeah, God made watermelons, and then we made them better.
That's
Like,
when we learn that God has seeds.
that's when I learned God was fallible.
Right.
Was that little watermelon
That's amazing.
experiment. Yeah.
Oops, all seeds.
Oops, all seeds.
all seeds.
Wouldn't that be the worst?
All seeds. It's just nothing but fucking seeds inside the rind. It's like,
Somerset.
Seeded
does that say
Oh.
banan flavoring?
Banan.
Banan flavoring.
My man Gus with his
It's a
banana.
type of banan that.
Hey.
Yeah, so that's a little bit about, I guess that's who we are, that's who's playing at the table. We've talked about the characters a little bit. If you want to learn a little bit more about the lore, like we're going to be jumping into the game. If you want to learn a little bit more about the lore or how we develop these characters, there are a couple other videos we've streamed here on Twitch over the past couple weeks, or head on over to youtube.com/ArtHeartStudios, and that is where you can see the entirety of the last 3 years of production on this show. 420 this year will be our 3-year anniversary, guys. Is that not freaking insane? So yes, man, thanks so much for being here tonight. I did want to take a quick second just to shout out some people that really brought us some awesome support last week. Huge shout out to the people that brought some raids in: Perception Studios, Blue Collar DM, Channel 29, Steam Steel Murder, Raven's Realm, and Questline D&D, guys. Like, we had a little bit of a tech issue. The internet went down on us last week, and we were scrambling around. People brought their audiences over here, and we all had a really good time. So I just want a huge shout out to people that take the time to help kind of spread the love. We always raid when we're done as well. We like to bring our party and drop it off, make somebody's night, we say. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of supporters. There were so many that just sitting here naming all the people that supported us may be a bit extreme, but I did want to point out to Precarious and Arch Nemesis, both gifted 10 subs themselves.
Big
So,
time in it.
sharing the bud love,
time.
making sure everybody can be a part of like the little rituals and the emotes and stuff that we have. That's such a huge deal to us, and I just want to thank you from the bottom of my warm, gooey heart. We really do appreciate that, and that's the best way to just like welcome new people in and show them how fun it is to just kind of hang out. So we have integrated. We are now using Sirenscape to augment some of our music. Our original music is still primarily done by Sandy Stein. But for filling noise, background, and even some other music tracks and stuff that we found on Sirenscape. So I wanted to shout them out, guys. Make sure that if you're using Sirenscape, they have amazing atmosphere with music. Make sure you check them out at Sirenscape.com. You just gotta be using it at your gaming table.
Are you okay?
I was like, are we getting paid
we all-
to say that? Were we all supposed to say it?
It's contagious.
I hate myself so much right now.
I was gonna say, fucking
I like it.
sellout.
I
Your
like
heart was
it.
there, so.
It's like if I don't move, they can't see me.
There it is.
Yes, that's also maybe the best feature of Sirenscape. I think it's supposed to be Sirenscape, but I say Siren, and I'm not going back. Is the little quick drop sound effects? So you might see some funny sounds coming through the horns.
Oh, John. John is
What?
on.
No, I'm not. Gus, stop spreading lies. I am not a watermelon stuffed banana. You are.
Like a
Seedless
beanie.
watermelon heart. Aw.
Again, just a little bit about the format of how this is going to work, guys. When we play, we will be kind of not specifically interacting with chat. I do want to keep the players in mind on this beautiful story that we're crafting together. We will, after our intermission, come back and kind of bullshit around for a little bit of time, talk about what happened, what we're feeling at the time, and then we'll jump back into the game. So one thing we do have that we started doing, because we have so many great creative hashtags and just encourage the creation of even more of them, because it's so fun to go back and scour for them. We have the hashtags of the week from chat last week. So I'll go first because it's a classic. Hashtag dwarfenage.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
Hashtag Bamulator. Because I was saying how quick I was at doing math with my
right.
mind.
It was a good one.
And
Yeah.
Like a calculator.
like
Yeah.
just
I
like
get it.
that's
I get
see,
it.
that's kind of quality
I don't like it
entertainment is what
anymore.
you come here for.
A Bamicus?
Can you use your Bamulator on the test, or are they?
Yes, because no, remember when they were like, you'll never be able to carry a calculator? Like, what are you going to have a calculator with you everywhere you go? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's
the time.
exactly what happened
Always
when they were
have
live.
Yeah, everyone always has one
on my
all the
phone.
time.
Yeah.
Our teachers put their money on the wrong color. Like,
Yeah.
no,
did.
Yes.
calculators everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Calculator.
foolish.
They were like, write in cursive. Professors will never take hand or for typed papers.
Right.
Are you kidding me? I got to college. They're like, if you turn in a handwritten paper, we will kick you out. of school.
Right.
You out.
You're
out of
fucking
I will
done.
follow you home.
Yeah.
Yes.
And failure.
Yes.
And beat you in.
I will hunt down the rest of your family. And they will
All right, we got some other hashtags. What do we got?
Oh, I'll go next.
Go.
Hashtag France isn't real.
France isn't.
It's not. That's a fact.
Like a seasoning.
That's a fact. France is not real.
Hashtag thieves can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of thieves can't, the language that thieves speak.
See?
Thieves can.
can.
A far more optimistic
It's-
message.
Yes.
Thieves
True.
can.
They can.
They
And
will.
They will.
Yes, they can.
Those are the
Check
ones
out
that I
Searscape.
Chill. I was trying to emulate that.
Don't. You're better than that.
I was gonna say, did I look ashamed
Don't
afterwards?
follow my mistake, Drew.
You hit it well. It's okay.
Thank you. I've been doing it a long time.
So the ones that I have are Pickle Me Elbow
Oh, like a tickle.
and Bear of Bad News.
Bad news.
You do have some bad news to bring.
Yeah.
I may not.
We don't know.
We do not know.
That's to be determined.
It is to be determined.
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 Sorry, France, but you're not real.
France isn't
Yeah.
real.
It's not real.
I have hashtag Necromancer.
Oh, necromance, like
Necro-
romance.
Oh.
There's no C there.
There will be
There
now.
wasn't a C there. I'm gonna write it in. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna beep beep. Mine says hashtag Necromancer.
Sweetie.
The Wolf of Love and a Necromancer on the same side of the table.
I'm saying.
Watch out,
Oh,
ladies
my.
and gentlemen, and everybody else in between.
My other one is hashtag Smell Sniper.
Also your feet.
It's back again.
Did someone-
Wait, my feet smell? Or
Yeah. Your
The feet that I have.
No come. Should go to Searscape.
They'll tell you about his.
Shit,
Sorry. Yeah, no, I'm back. I'm back. Ooh.
Like there's a bunch of
There it is.
I will never tire of that.
It's always funny. It's
What you
a lot.
got?
So we have hashtag unresting bitch face.
Wow.
The perfect wow. I love when the wow is on clutch. It's perfect.
You guys are phenomenal wowers.
And then this one's very pertinent. Hashtag we're doing it live.
We're doing it live!
It's happening.
Yeah,
Right now,
watching
right now,
me
right
have a minor meltdown last week while we were trying to fight the internet.
You just had to shake
Fight
the
the
cock.
internet.
I had to shake those cocks.
those cocks.
I got Cox on the phone and I said, listen, you sons of bitches.
Yeah.
Just friggin' work when I need you to. So
He was
hopefully we're coming through clear for you guys tonight.
Shiggity shaking.
We have all kinds of awesome stuff. We've got some new face top. Munch Party is in here running the studio here. He has done an incredible amount of work bringing in
son.
a lot of the images that you'll see tonight, as well as how we're running the studio entirely right now. So
Yeah.
huge shout out to our man Munch, who has done
Please
so
be nice
much.
to my boy.
Munch.
He has
Be
been-
nice to my boy.
Yes, be
Yes.
nice, or I'll shake you. I'll shake you like Cox.
We'll shake you like a whole
Not
bunch
a
of-
Polaroid picture.
And then Stephanie McHugh, the studio
I'm
manager,
sorry.
you might be talking to her in chat, dueling
Sorry.
her. She is the reason that we have delicious snacks all over the table. She makes sure that I don't die as I
Blueberry.
start to stress out from all this. And she runs this place like a tight
Great.
ship. So,
Like tight.
big shout out just thanks to everybody in the room right now. And we've got Dave Clark, had his birthday recently, big supporter of the show.
Hey!
Came in the night before his birthday and helped us rehang all these new lights. So we have a little better lighting effects than we did, I think, previously. So happy birthday, Dave.
Yes,
Happy Dave
birthday,
Day,
We
man.
absolutely love you, bud.
Probably didn't
Clark
say
five.
more about it, did he? Didn't
Nope.
mention his birthday.
Not
even
at
for a
all,
second.
dude. No, not even in this light. And I
Classic
hit him up the
Dave.
next day. I was like,
Me.
hey, it's Dave. Yeah.
Show your
your face, Dave!
Show your face. If he just
I know. I wouldn't be surprised.
It's very tall, though. There's
I was like all 8 feet of him.
Yeah.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Arj, again, man.
Again, guys, just a huge shout out. We're seeing a lot of names in chat right now. Arj, Big Sloan, Dave Clark 5, might be Gus, Giuseppe, Sloaney. I'm repeating names now, but it's so good to see you guys. This is the little part before the show where we get an opportunity to just express our gratitude for you making it out, being your awesome selves, and helping us have a really good time. So, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate this. This project has been like a weird little piece of magic for all of us now for a while, and I'm just so thrilled. It's crazy to think that we're about to actually start playing this after all the planning and building and all
I
this
have
stuff.
dice. I have dice in front of me.
So you have dice,
Everything.
we have characters, I have an adventure.
I have a lighter,
You
and I
have
have snacks, and I have water,
I have
Yes.
weed.
Water.
weed, and eye drops.
Water,
Eye
weed.
drops.
Oh,
I
I
have
don't
eye
have
drops.
eye
too.
drops.
I have some, homie. I can toss these
Coming
to
in
you
clutch.
any second.
I forgot
Any second
my
now.
You
coffee,
do have
but
my
that's
back.
okay.
See,
We
I
can
thought
get
you
it
were
for second
bullshitting
hand.
We'll get
before,
it for
but now
second.
I think
Oh my
we're,
God.
I think we're ready.
Doubled up.
Do you want
I think.
to shoot? You guys.
Do you guys?
I
do you
think-
guys
do-
want to?
Would you?
Remember
do you,
what-
Do you,
Maybe.
I.
Do you,
Do you guys
I
have?
don't.
Top?
And I was.
Perhaps.
Should we?
Are we?
So we.
70s and yes.
All right,
.com.
Serious.
Is the.
They're gonna be like, all right, you can't use it now.
Yeah, they're like-
we take it back.
Yeah.
we take
They're
it
gonna
back.
give us a cease and desist.
Yes,
like,
yeah.
Right.
They're coming. They'll be like, what?
We'll
you
pay
guys,
you not
we
to
hate you.
use our
really
stuff.
hate you.
Guys,
Nice.
we do have us
Like-
a little ritual we like to do around
Sponsor.
here. Maybe you heard about it, maybe you haven't, but we like to take a lighter, like this little orange one I got here. Everybody's got their own little one. Make sure we're not gonna light any of our friends, family, or household pets on fire and go. Lighters up. Let's play some fucking D&D! Yeah! Ooh. All right, guys. It is with let me get there. It is now with great pleasure that we begin Chapter 2 of the Ganjaria Saga, the Kush Kingdoms. So, if you'll all please allow me to set the mood. When last we left the Helping Committee, they had each gone their separate ways. Dickens and Digby headed off in a Spelljammer ship to explore the Astral Sea. Gary stayed to serve as guardian of the people of Satiban. Amaryllis headed north, following the arc of the God Sea deep into the Sea of Trees. And Pickles Ennui joined a caravan led by Boxo to travel toward the Kush Kingdoms. Seeking its creator, the Lord of Lost Time, Pickles quests now for the understanding of the nature of the life within. Along the roads, Pickles traveled with a Ghostslayer named Lucian Le'More, and in their journey, a year of time was stolen from them by the magical and bizarre nature of the Feywild. They returned and found a world much worse off than they had left it. With the bounteous yields of their harvest trapped behind the black iron gates of Satiban, the world grows hungry. And when the races of men hunger, the darkest instincts grow fiercer. We now join Pickles and Lucian as they gather with new compatriots within the Triad cities of the Kush Kingdoms. Shit, oh my God. All right, guys, we jump in. Ooh, sorry. It's literally, it's like, now it's going. We are going and we're ready.
Yeah.
So, you guys, we'll get to the scene of it all, but currently you are inside of the Kush Kingdoms. The central city of Saleh is considered the treasure of the Kush Kingdoms, where the Master Nug Kushara is held. The Master Nug allowing magic to be used by the people within the reigns of the Kush Kingdoms, gifted by Queen Mab, Lord of Ice and Shadow, who has crafted this world of Ganjaria. Around the central city of Saleh are 3 cities known as the Triad cities. There is Cordeaux to the north, led by the House of the Raven. There is Lumal to the southwest, ran by the House of the Stag. And then on the southwest, at the very bottom of a very steep hill, where the piss and shit of all the other cities washes down into the roads, you find yourselves in Poolpay, where the House of the Octopus rules.
Trickle
Now,
down
currently,
economics.
trickle down economics. Yes.
Reagan isn't real.
Now, in the Kush Kingdoms, it is the ever-fall kingdom, so it is perpetually autumn, and as such, it rains regularly. These rains cause, big deluges of water to roll from the north, bringing it down to the south to a settling point in Poolpay. The buildings of Poolpay are mismatched and colorful. They stand upon large wooden posts to keep them out of the shifting mud that flows regularly through the streets. But it is a place full of life. And then I click a button and tell you about it. Despite the harsh living conditions, the streets of Poolpay are full of life and energy, with the sounds of laughter and music and chatter spilling out from the bars and brothels that line the alleys. The buildings themselves are painted in vibrant hues, with reds, yellows, and blues creating a rainbow of color against the gray skies above. As you wander through the streets of Poolpay, you'll notice narrow alleys winding between the buildings, twisting and turning like a maze. The buildings are built closely together, with stone walls creating a sense of coziness and intimacy. Small shops and stalls selling everything from food and trinkets line the streets, while vendors call out to passerbys trying to entice them to buy their wares. Despite the poverty and the squalor that is evident in the city, there is a sense of community and resilience among the people of Poolpay. They are proud of its city and their colorful history, and they're determined to make the most of their difficult circumstances. Poolpay may be a harsh place to live, but it is a place of beauty, color, and life. And to quote Artaud, yeah, I just did that, where there is the stink of shit, there is the smell of beef. All right, guys, we join in. You're all currently standing inside one of these so-named shops as the seamstress Taldessa is preparing you all for this mission that you're about to go on. Now, you stand in the room. Currently, there's some other passerbys looking for clothes, especially in Poolpay. Big mud boots, you would think, might be a part of most outfits that people put together, a way to traverse the literal piles of shit and mud that surround all the buildings. The smell is undeniable. It creeps through the cracks in the wood slats of the walls around you. But the smell...
I've been definitely keeping off of the ground the entire time. Like, I've been, either riding, first I was, on his shoulder, and then he probably was like, I do not know, get off me. So I'm just climbing on things and hopping on stuff and just being my little acrobatic bear self. I am not touching the ground.
Yeah, it is, yes. And it's, you might even get stuck in your little Cuddleforged body.
I do not need that kind of shit in my fur. You know what I'm saying?
Whole thing, you're the lowest to the ground. So you get the brunt of
Oui,
it.
exactly. I do not need to. I smell farts all day. It is part of it. It's a curse I live in, and I just do not need it here.
I think this brings us to a great point. Who are the people standing around in this room as the smell of fabrics drift around, the seamstress Taldessa preparing each of you for a fancy get-together that you've been hired to attend? Now, the truth of this mission is that the king has recently been assassinated, and they need to know by who. You've been brought in by a man named Mash O'Malley, kind of a brutish young man, good-looking with a sharp Irish wit. He's well known as being a vintner in the Kush Kingdoms. He, in Sativon, there was the magical oils, like the waxes and such.
Right.
Here, they dilute cannabis into a wine. And so he is one of the master vintners of the kingdom. And he's sitting there kind of overlooking you all. You see he keeps flashing eyes over at you, Pickles. But since this is the first time we've all been in a room together, why don't we go ahead and describe our characters?
I am Pickles Ennui. I am a small, tiny teddy bear. I am like an old classic Pooh Bear. Just black voids for eyes, little ears. There's a couple little patches of missing fur from my previous adventures. Maybe a couple spots that look like scars, but it's just stitching. It just looks like somebody stitched me up real quick. And I'm getting fit into. I'm small. I smoke a cigarette. I always have a cigarette somewhere. I make my own cigarettes. And I also I have a little pack that I keep in my tambourine. My tambourine. That is attached to my back. That even though it is loud, I can make no sound because I have high stealth. I'm a sneaky boy. And I am currently being fitted with some really fun purple robes. So usually Pickles is just a naked little teddy bear, but now to fit in and to be able to walk amongst these people, I am wearing pepper. So I have a pepper cape, pepper cap, and I like to wear the cap, and then I have a little hat, as you say. How you say hat?
Hat.
Hat. That's how you.
Yeah,
That's how you.
You say hat.
The
That's
hat.
a hat. It's a little on your head, and then you wear it, and it blocks from the sun and from the people. People are so much taller than me, so they can barely see my eyes. It's very mysterious and enjoyable to be mysterious.
Yes, you see, Talessa, the seamstress that Mash has brought you here. She runs this shop. She's an elvish woman, rather beautiful and striking, with soft, delicate features. But you see her fingers move with an incredible dexterity. She's able to, if she had a needle and needed to thread it, she could almost toss it through and catch it and tie it off. And so she's settling down with you. You see she's grabbed some stuff like actual children's toys, and she's using it and adding finer fabrics to it to create this look for you. And you see she looks around, she kind of stares you in your cold, dead black teddy bear eyes, and she looks. You can see she's trying to gauge something more. You see she reaches back and grabs a gilded feather off the shelf. And she looks at you, she goes, "This, Pickles, I think this really brings it together."
Oui.
Brings out your eyes.
Something about a feather with a fancy hat just feels kind of right on a bear like me. That is into the things that I am into.
You see she's caught a little off guard. Am I flirting with this little teddy? And you see she's like, no, you look perfect. And you see she's like, perfect. And then moves on. You see as she moves over to the other side of the room, there is a large figure that's quite a sight to miss. You see Mash O'Malley is actually over there, and he's kind of giving you a one-over. Mash O'Malley's a human guy, and he hasn't really seen Celestials before, and he doesn't have there's no idea of personal space. He gets right up into you and says nothing. He picks his teeth while he's looking at your skin. Why don't you tell us about how does Enra look?
Well, Enra is a very beautiful, tall, celestial type, an Aasimar. I have very big, beautiful wings that are green and a bit white. I keep them kind of to my back. I don't want to hit anybody in their face. I know a thing about feathers.
Thank you.
Just,
Merci.
But I look over at him as he gets very close to me, and then I get even closer to him and I stare into his eyes. And then I fling my wings out really fast.
You see he jumps back and oh fucking shit! And you see he's trying to grab his gun or his crossbow, but he drops it. And then he's reaching for his knife, but he cuts his belt off and it falls to the ground. And he holds it kind of menacingly at you, you hold your place there, girl. You hold your place.
I am just taking up my space. So maybe mind yours.
He looks around, kind of embarrassed by this his freak out. He's like, "I think she bought it, boys." And he comes over and he kind of taps Mark here on the shoulder. He's like, "She thought I was actually scared. Yeah, I wasn't. No, I was putting on airs."
Your heart rate says otherwise, my dear Syra O'Malley.
He pulls his belt up and goes about fastening it back together, but we look over and we see Mark, Xymark Ivrecular, the Inquisitor. How does Mark look?
Well, right now Mark is in his party best as he's being suited up. So the powdered white face, the blush, the lipstick, the eyeshadow, the wig up to here easily, the large Baroque type wig.
Yes.
And so this is Mark's normal voice, but of course we have Party Mark. Then when he's in Party Mark mode, of course, he's a little more...
Shit, here comes Party Mark.
God.
Party Mark is a bit loud.
So we'll see some alternations between, I think with this group, we'll have normal Mark. But around the elite, of course, and currently, Tildessa,
Yes, Tildessa.
is working on a coat. I brought in 2 different coats from the morgue.
Of course.
That she's stitching together. So it's a checkered purple and indigo pattern. Lovely feathered collar. Just fits just right.
You see her, her perception as she's looking around and noted, nicely pulling off little bits, perhaps of flesh from wherever you may have procured these jackets from. But she is kind enough and so trained in her profession that she doesn't focus on that too much. You see, her skill is unmatched. It is strange for someone of such prowess to live in Pool Pay, such a dirty place.
Right.
Typically, this kind of seamstress would be saved for Bordeaux, where it's a much more fanciful, French Gothic, high aristocracy, monarchy vibe. Pool Pay is led by the free people. And so you see, the reason, Mark, that you were brought in on this specific job is that Mash O'Malley was only given one invitation to this party, and he requires your forgery skills to make the invitation state that it's enough for 4 people. So, you see he's kind of like looking down at the ink, and he's like, oh, yeah, no, yeah, that looks good. Yeah, that looks good. Looks real good. Yeah.
Random question.
Yes.
Is Tildessa related to Ildessa? Is this a descendant we're dealing
So
with?
hot right now.
So hot right now.
I mean, Ildessa was hot like 500
Ildessa
years
was
ago.
the ill
but-
dressa. Taldessa's the illest dressa.
Yeah,
So,
Tildessa the ill dresser.
look, Jake, you're gonna realize that that's not an accident. Yes, that is. She's got the Dessa in there, right?
Jake,
so
you're
there's
real
something
high
going
on something.
On
Sesh?
BAM?
You know what? Gain a level, Jake. Sorry, everybody else.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Shit.
But yes,
My
I
daughter's
do.
saying, pay attention now.
Damn it.
I do have a forgery kit handy, and I am known for being able to scribe with the best of them.
You see,
Oh.
Mash is impressed by this. He watches your prowess. He's like, yeah, see, that's why we brought you in. That's why we brought you in, Mark. You're good, and you're a socialite. You'll fit in with all them fucking piss drinkers up there.
Yes, they drink the finest of piss, don't they?
And then we, kind of scan over, and you see standing very uncomfortably as the Taldessa moves over and starts procuring her craft, creating an outfit around a suit of armor that someone refuses to remove. We pan over and we see the Wolf of Love, Lucian Le'More.
Fucking hate this.
Did we all do that?
Is it
I
because she's...
hate-
Did we all?
No,
did
that I'm fine with the wolf calls. That's fine. I
You do not like
fucking
being
hate
touched.
getting dressed up.
She's Taldessa is like, don't you realize it's always the finest looking men that have that problem? And she's, she uses
Get
her charms
outta here.
to, throw you off a little bit.
I
make it
just
a little
slogged
easier to
through
get
a
the soup on.
street full of shit, lady. I don't care what you dress me up in. I just want to get the job done. So, thank you for your help. You're amazing from what everyone else tells me.
When I am done with you, Wolf of Love.
Oh, I'm done with you
All
too.
of the ladies in Cordeaux shall be asking for your hand, and you see she starts.
Oh.
She's done a pretty good job. Really the only thing that matters to Lucian is combat functionality
Yeah.
in these
As long as I
clothes.
can move.
She's given you good long seams, and her skill about putting just the right amount of fabric to allow where you're like, oh, even my blade wouldn't catch. You see,
With the
she is a
armpit
master of
thing
her
out.
craft,
It's like, yeah.
and so even though you are not fond of courtly clothing,
I mean, she did do a good job.
she
did
did
it.
a good
I mean, yeah, you did a good job.
She did a great job.
She did okay. It was a great
I was
job.
surprised it turned out so good, to be honest.
I mean, I think honestly she does work
She does
wonder,
very
wonder
good work.
miracles. Two things together.
You're
Wonder of
great.
miracles.
she
You're
blushes
great.
and looks at Pickles again, like, oh, thank you.
Yeah, shoots her little wink.
Oh, she passes out. I was thinking what I would do.
Enrad, did you decide what sort of, I mean, you wear fancy robes already. Have you
you.
decided what you are going to wear to the party?
Well, I would like to add some purple, I think.
We are
You all got
squad.
some
How you say-
purples
yeah.
on. Yes, I feel like I should match as well, part of the group and all. But, darling, do you think you can get something around my wings?
You see, she looks back at you as the great challenge she's been waiting for. She's so good at this. It was
really
nothing
is.
for her to whip together a costume for a bear, a man in a full suit of armor, and whatever Mark is. But as she looks at you, your body is large. You are an Aasimar. You have celestial blood in you. You have these large wings that go, and you see she starts reaching off for fabrics and pulling them from the shelves, a soft, silky purple. And she's thinking about incorporating your wings to give you this draping fabric that'll hang down and add a mystique to you at the party. She says, my dear, you will be the highlight of this ball. And she looks around and she's like, do you need the same accommodations as our friend? Basically, she's like, are you gonna be in armor while you're wearing this?
No, I think I won't.
Fantastic. That will allow us to get it nice and tight. And you see she starts just whipping fabrics around you, and almost as if by magic, it starts forming into the gown that she describes. Silks kind of hanging from the feathers. When you put your wings out, they fall down tattered to the floor. But when you kind of pull your wings and tuck them in the back, they're a cape that hangs behind you. And so there's just this you're looking around, you can't help but be like, man, you are dressed to the nines. And that is the way of Cordeaux. So again, it's there are even though the world is suffering and people are starving, one of the ways the Kush Kingdoms deals with that drudgery is excessive celebrations. And so any night there is at all times some event going on in one of the 3 houses. And who you go to and where you go and why is being watched by this social calculation called the blog. And so as Mash O'Malley, is telling you this in the terms of the world itself, I will tell you the D&D of it. It is the way you interact with the world around you is viewed by this society of the kingdoms. And their metrics on how you've succeeded based on their standards, which you don't have necessarily control over, will dictate faction benefits or losses throughout. So that's Mash is telling you, you got to do a good job. You got to do a good job for us. Don't make a big scene. Get in, get the information about the king, sneak up to his room unnoticed, find out what happened. You guys are going to the mansion, the Aglethor mansion in Cordeaux. And so he explains how the Feast of the Forefather is taking place on the first floor of the event. There will be great party, dances. Important people from all around the kingdoms will be there. Mutually, Stag, Rave, Crow, and Octopus. There are representatives from all the factions that will be showing around. You see he's kind of explaining that this party is pretty strictly contained to the first floor. He has hired you guys with your exceptional skills, that he's learned about from various people. Lord of Lost Time passed Pickles along. That was somebody that when you came to find Lord of Lost Time and he wasn't there, he was like, befriend yourself with Mash O'Malley. He will take care of you in the town.
Right. Yeah, I'm following that orders, and after finding the Lord of Lost Time's space, but then him not being there was kind of a bummer.
His workshop is still there.
Yeah.
You did see the instruments of Cuddleforged creation, these children's toys that serve a purpose.
Yeah.
You have found, because we have talked a little bit about the nature of what you're looking for, you've noticed when you mention Cuddleforged in this town, some people have seen them.
Yeah.
And they are around. You haven't run into one yet, but people are like, oh yes, Cuddleforged, the little creatures made by the Lord of Lost Time. They seem to be more of it like they're just things that help children fight nightmares.
Yeah.
As opposed to how deep and rich your experience with that life is.
It is very different. My experience so far has been very different, even from just talking to Brian, who came with, and Big, the dragon guy that came with.
Yeah.
So it's there's where's he?
So I would say he set up shop at the Lord of Lost Time's house. He's
Okay,
like,
cool.
well,
He's like,
if no one's gonna be here, I'll wait. And he just,
Okay.
he's a little stuffed crocodile. He's got little wings that stick out, based on
buddy.
Brian, our beloved crocodile from season 1, or the prologue.
Wiggly boy.
But yeah,
Wiggly
big,
boy.
thick,
Tiny,
wiggly
tiny,
boy
tiny,
sits
yeah.
down, kicks his feet out, and he's like, you go ahead, Pickles, I'll wait here, and I'll come find you when he gets back. And he just kind of stares at the wall.
And then that's typical Cuddleforged behavior. All right, bye.
And so yes, you guys have gathered at this point. Mash, introduced you guys over a glass of his fine creations, his fine wines, offering you all as well. I'll give you some of the good shit when you come back with this information. So the task is set before you.
Yeah, that's all right.
The ink starts drying on the page, Mark, as you look down. Your forgery is complete, and you've been to many of these events and parties. It's good enough to get you through.
That's
so
good enough.
you see, Taldessa
Not
looking
great, but
around,
it's good
kind
enough.
of remarking about what a feat she has created with how beautiful, the great, the angelic one, as she calls you. That the light in the room just seems to catch you just the right way, and she's continuously kind of checking back in with Pickles a little bit, gets you guys all set up, and you're decked out. You're dressed to the nines right now.
Can I tip her?
You can, yes.
Your legacy befits you.
All right.
That's cool.
Oh, that's nice of
You see Taldessa,
real
takes the
nice.
coin. Again, working in Poolpay, she doesn't work with people so fanciful with their coin. A lot of the people that live in Poolpay are a lot of the workers, the people that grunt through life and have to live kind of a harder thing. So how much gold do you give her?
10.
10 gold.
Whoa,
Wow.
that's a lot of money.
So you see her eyes, they grow wide. Obviously, she deals with fanciful clothes. She sells to the people of Cordeaux, so it's not like, her life has changed forever. But that amount of gold on top of the fact that Mash is paying for all of your outfits. So, you see Mash kind of sitting there going over some coins in his hand. He actually pulls out a couple platinum, the rarest type of coin, worth, 10 gold. And you see he pulls out a couple platinum and sets it on her table. And then he looks at your pile of 10, 10 gold, and he looks at his pile of 10 platinum, and he's like, don't worry, boy, you'll get there one day.
Oh, Mash.
Wow. So he sits down and pours himself another glass of wine. He looks around and he's like, so, I think we've got ourselves quite an outfit. We got a shifty one, we got a strong one, we got a cute little one,
Not that
we got a
shifty.
scary one. So, you guys feel ready for tonight?
Oh yeah.
We just have to go to this random place and
That we don't know anything about.
we don't know anything about, and then find a bedroom.
Yep. Where we don't know where it is.
And a man was killed in that bedroom.
It's on the 3rd floor. The king
Oh.
lived on the 3rd floor, all right?
So it's
Party's
the
on the
3rd
1st floor.
How many floors
Now-
are there?
There's 3 in the mansion.
There's only 3 floors.
It's just a 3.
Okay. we
Because
just
if
have to
there
go
were
to
more
the
than
top.
3, and he didn't live in the top
Would it be
floor.
better if there was 4?
It might have been.
Is there like
It's
a
little
wine
taller,
cellar?
but-
And would that
ravens,
count
am
as
I
a
right?
separate floor?
You'd think the
Something.
ravens would
Yeah.
want it to be higher because ravens fly, you know, wings and all.
It's true.
Higher
Yeah.
perches.
Oh, is that's because like where you are from is it high in the sky?
Oh, very far away, yes.
Yeah. Speaking of that, you're the first celestial I ever met.
Oh.
Where are you from, sweetheart?
Well, looks like I'm from here today, sir.
Yeah, she's part of the helping committee.
The helping committee. I like that. I'm gonna say I came up with it. So,
Hi.
What?
She came up with it.
Yes.
Oh,
That came
No.
He came up with it.
let me tell you something.
There's a story behind it.
There's a story behind it. I had some friends and we were helping people. And
Right.
Then I left because I went to go find other Cuddleforged like myself, and I'm still on that trail. And my friends back home are,
back home,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Where you said you traveled from. Where is home?
it's by Sativan.
Ah,
So that's actually where we started in the outside of Sativan.
oh, by the gates.
You never mentioned that.
Oui. Well, that's where Boxer's initial thing was.
I love that goblin.
Oh.
So you walked.
We walked.
Oh, right.
We were on the wagon with Boxer. Boxer is an exciting guy. I like him a lot.
He's a lot of.
Question: do
Something.
you have a dat man here?
A dead man. What's that?
Oui. And then he starts patting around, and he's gonna take out his little bit of weed that he didn't smoke.
Yes.
Champagne. It was the white. Did I get
Thunderfuck, or did you get. What was it?
Hold on, I wrote it down. I wanted to.
White wolf?
I
Or
thought it was
not
the
white. Wolf, white.
Whatever one makes me.
It's like a health.
It helps with
one.
necrotic damage, right? Wasn't it?
Yes.
I
White
really
Widow?
tempted to call it necrotic.
Was it White Widow?
Necrotic.
No, White Widow I think was for healing. I can
Oh.
pull it up.
Yeah, usually I'm on roll 20, so I can like.
Yeah.
pull it
No,
up,
I'm
but
sorry.
I know
That
I
is.
bought some.
I should have had that printed out. That would be.
Okay. I should have had it in my stuff.
Oh.
It's probably on roll 20, but not on.
So, interestingly, Pickles, as you pull this, if you recall, it was rather pungent, and when you open the jar, little skulls would come out.
Yes, there it is. Yep, yeah.
But, not to, he's just looking as you hold the jar up, and you see him kind of looking at the nugs within, the actual, the ganja itself. And you see him kind of just running the numbers. If you want to run an insight check, you might see D20 plus your insight modifier.
First roll, chapter 2.
Oh, here it is.
Oh my god. I rolled 20.
What the? Yes! Oh, yes!
Holy shit!
Oh my! You can't fucking write that, dude!
I watched it happen. It's the best thing to see.
Wow! I'm taking a picture of it.
Take a picture
Take a picture of that because this is gonna
I'm
live
gonna
in
look back
infamy.
at it.
Take a picture.
Who that be?
Oh my
Who dat
god!
be?
See, this is why D&D is the greatest game ever. Yeah, fucking lighters up to that, team. Lighters up, crit hit.
Needed that. Thanks.
Well, with your
Glorp.
thanks. Yes, you're welcome.
Glarp.
I have a riddle for you.
And also for you.
you. All right. So with your 20 on this, on your skill check to the insight, you're like picking up that he's literally outlining the shape with his eyes. And you're thinking, you're like, wait, if he works with this Kushara nug to create wine, you notice that he notices that's not a type of ganja he's ever seen before. And so he's just, he doesn't necessarily know where it came from or anything, but you are aware, especially with that high insight. You notice him like looking at it like, putting all the
Like,
pieces
what
of
the
your
fuck
story
is
together.
that? Yeah.
Yes, like
Yeah.
by Sativan, those are a little strange. He doesn't have it, you would know with your insight. It's not that he's like, I've got you figured out, but always trying to figure it out, and you can see him kind of eyeballing your ganja surreptitiously.
That death smell tickles my nose.
Yes, it is supposed to be very good.
Calm down.
It is. I got it from someone that I heard was inside of Sativan, and when I went to go buy more, the gates were closed. So I wanted to know if you maybe knew of him here, or if you had somebody that deals in this type of...
You'll find here in the kingdoms, if he's looking around, he's kind of considering if he can trust you with this information. And he goes, all right, what the hell? See, he looks around, he's like, Taldessa, clear the room. And he kind of sits back and looks. And you see Taldessa's like, oh yes, of course. She grabs the coins off the desk very quickly and pockets them.
yeah.
And she looks around at you all, with the pride of a parent looking at just a stunning group of kind of ragamuffins who came in here covered in mud and shit. And now you're just like fancifully dressed at her design. She looks back, she flashes you all a look. You see she looks at the wings, and then right before she leaves, she throws one more glance at Pickles. She shuts she draws the curtain, and you start to hear a series of windows and doors shut nearby. It's almost like you're hearing like locks and stuff, like multiple locks on doors. And you see Mash turns around and he looks all around the room. You see he stands up, he takes a cane that he uses sometimes when he walks, a little round brass top. He starts tapping the floorboards. He tries to pry one open with his cane and it doesn't budge. Puts his ear to the wall. You see, he taps the top of his staff on the wall, and inside the little ball is a loud bell. Bing! That rattles against the wall. He listens for somebody shouting out in pain on the other side, no one listening into the walls. He looks around, he's like, let me tell you the truth, Pickles. I filter that nug myself. I've seen the beautiful Kushara in front of my own eyes. She's looking sick these days. Maybe it's the unresting. Maybe it's those cunts down in Sartivon keeping the gate closed and not sharing the bounty with us, making us starve. Maybe it's just some of these frickin' pricks around here playing games. If Kushara falls, no more magic. The kingdoms won't be long behind. We'll be overwhelmed by the unresting region. We used to sell it, but now we refine it. If you need some of the wine, I'll get it for you. But you gotta do my favor first. But I promise you, when you come back, I'll have some of the finest you've ever had.
Wait, what if there is something out of everyone's control that is affecting the nug?
More often than not, that's the case. There's so many people around, to flesh out a little the far factions. The House of the Raven fighting with the octopus all the time while the stag reigns on. You got these goddamn Oblivikin in the main city, preaching about nihilism and oblivion like their way's the only way. And then you have an entire legion of freaking unresting undead sitting in the woods beyond.
There's that.
If it ain't one of them, surely it could be some prick. You got any ideas?
From what I understand, just on the road and our time in the Feywild that we spent before we even got here, it just felt like there's something bigger than all of this petty bullshit that could be affecting your sweet nug, is all I am saying.
Seems every group's got their explanation. One blames the other blames that. But that don't solve any problems.
Exactly.
Well, either way, we have to go on this mission and figure out at least a chunk of this mystery.
You see, he's kind of like looking at you, Pickles. He's like, Pickles will meet you all outside. Why don't you run out the door, have Taldessa, prepare you a ride up to Cordeaux. Just want to run something by you real quick.
Oui. If I'm not out in 5 minutes, I think he ate me just because.
Sharpening a knife.
Okay. Got it.
I am concerned
5 minutes.
that he might eat
He
you.
might eat me.
Yeah.
Or worse, love me? I do not know. I'm a teddy bear.
Cuddle
I
you.
just, yes, it would
Yes,
not
that might be
okay.
worse.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
Yes.
I'm not out in 5 minutes. We are having a hug. You really needed it.
He doesn't understand boundaries. He got in my face earlier, so.
But you did not back down. That's
I
for
did
sure.
That was impressive.
That was pretty cute.
I gotta say,
All right, you guys get out of here.
All right.
We're getting out of here. We're
Hold
getting
your
out of here.
ground.
Don't
And,
the count. 5, 459, 458.
Also, though,
Mark.
before we
Mark,
go, she
easy.
picks up the glass that the
Easy.
wine was in.
Yes.
Next to the bigger glass.
Why would you start the count so high?
You see, he's like, damn, God got him. You see, he's just like, oh, falls out of his chair.
She's like, wasn't even a proper pour.
I didn't know Celestials enjoyed such treats. It'll be a bigger glass next time, love.
Appreciate it.
So, you hear, Taldessa on the other side starts unlocking the door. You guys walk out in kind of the shop chamber, Pickles left behind. You see Taldessa's kind of looking at you all, she's prepared. She's told a boy to go run and fetch you guys a wagon, so that you don't traps through the mud and piss and shit that flows through the streets. They're almost like little, like swamp skimmers in the sense. Like it's like somebody is walking, kind of like pulling them, but they can protect your clothes.
Shit cart.
A little shit cart, yes.
Shitboard.
Shitboard.
A shit shaw?
This is like board shit.
Shit.
It's like a rickshaw, but for shit.
Yeah.
Shit shaw.
Shit shop.
Shit shot.
What a shit shop. Beautiful.
What a real
images.
shit shot.
Cool pay.
Oh, cool.
So yes, you guys, are kind of coasting along this river that runs through the central city. Colorful tents and everything is standing. You hear the hustle and bustle of people, but we kind of zoom back in with Pickles.
Oh, God.
You see Mash is like, hey, Taldessa, outside, love. And she looks around confused and goes out the door. She gives one last look around. She's like, Pickles, I know you ain't from around here. You can't trust what you see here. There's shifters. People that can be people that they've seen before, but they ain't who they say they are. I could have been one. That's how I know you're vulnerable to this kind of thing. Lucky for you, there's only one Mash O'Malley. But out there, double check. The shifting council, they call it. These shifters that sneak in and replace people. Might be their fault. That bigger thing you were talking about. And furthermore, if anything links back to our boy Rax Royalbane, the leader of the House of the Octopus, there's good money in you. Make it disappear. Kind of gives you a wink.
Wait, just one shit guy to another shit guy.
Just a couple of shits.
Yeah, just a couple of shits. I'm going because I have 10 charisma, So Pickles tries his best.
Better than my 8.
One shit guy to another shit guy. What would be a tale, if you will, of somebody that is a shapeshifter?
See, he looks around. You got any gold?
Yeah, dude. I got you gave.
I gave. So everybody has 500 gold except Mark.
$500.
That's
Everybody.
750 because he's a Charlotte.
It's
So you
like
do
they
have-
have a timer on.
Checking back in.
Just say
Stuffing
it's.
starts coming out the door.
37,
Yeah.
236.
Thank you, Mark. So we're about halfway.
Sure. What do you want?
You see, he's like, he like pulls out. It's this little pouch full of small vials. He's like, I concocted this drink myself. If a changeling drinks this, they'll drop to the floor.
Like dead or just like sleeping? Or
Like,
A little bit of column A, little bit of column B.
I like it. How much would you? How
Okay.
much? What's your price on it, my
You
friend?
see, it's like, we'll give you. There is 8 vials, but he wants 50 gold.
50 gold for 8 files?
Yeah, you know what? I want to give you 50 golds because that is fun.
You see, he's like, you
not a
see,
bad idea.
he smiles. One of them, his back teeth in the back is made of gold itself. He is a man who likes a good exchange.
Back there. Let's just
His little teddy bear.
Having so much. Yeah.
I'll do it later. I'll do it later.
All right,
Do it
this
later.
is fine.
Get yourself a new one.
Yes, yeah.
On me, on Pickles, on me.
I'm just, it's on me. It's on Pickles only.
You say, you see, he kind of looks at you and he's like, I don't know how you can trust that blood hunter. They all disappear and only he remains. If I was you, I'd keep an eye on him too. Looks around, kind of takes the gold, puts it in his pouch, reaches back, pulls a little hood over his head, and he's like, well, I've got to get to the streets. think you ought to do the same? You know,
The timer?
Hey guys! Guys, I did not get murdered or eaten.
hey, come on, guys, I wouldn't murder you.
Did you get cuddled?
No, not
Oh,
that bad.
good. I was more
Okay.
concerned about that.
No, that would have been terrifying. But also, listen, if you need a cuddle, it's kind of my job. But I'm just saying, please ask. Do not just grab me. People just do that. They just grab me.
I found it also, just because we had talked about it. Nichols? Pickles, you have some dead head.
Yeah, that
That's
is
the
dead
name.
energy. Yeah.
We do have a cannabis components system that we've added to our own version of the game. This is from Ganjaria, so if you play in this setting, you have access to these tables. But they are free action use items that augment abilities or spells to give something for players to spend their money on. So yes, there is they have these, but at this point, you have not unlocked a ganja dealer in this town yet. There are some around, but you've got to find them.
Okay.
Okay. Well, shit. Do you want to get the fuck out of here?
You
We're all
guys
back
see,
together
the-
now?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Your little shit cart
we in
is
the-
like
are we in
slugging
the
up the
shit
road.
port?
It's there,
Yeah.
yeah. You know, your shit port.
Cart.
Your shit port pulls up.
Shit cart. Shit cart.
Shit, cart.
Shit cart. Shit cart.
The little shit car driver's just like,
As you guys jump on it.
oh.
Oh, we're adults.
Adults.
We pay
Pay
bills.
taxes and shit. Yeah.
Taxes and shit. We
Mortgage
do all of that.
Yeah.
All right. So at this point, you are still in the stalls, and you know, there's our little trinket merchants. There's people hustling stuff on the streets and everything. Again, not to first sessions can tend to get a little bit railroady. So I just want to say, like at this point, you do have pulpes around you. There are vendors. If you were hungry or if you had any last things you wanted to check before kind of heading up toward the event at Bordeaux, the Feast of the Forefathers.
Yeah. I had
Not
a sandwich
four.
when we were getting fitted. I wasn't sure who it was, but I just
You got
ate
mustard on your.
You just ate someone's sandwich?
it. I was hungry.
Person.
Was that?
What if it was her sandwich that she was saving for lunch?
I'll buy her another sandwich.
You hear the grumble of a stomach from the other side of the door.
I'll buy her another sandwich.
Somebody buy this woman a sandwich. You find her dead later. From
I was like,
sandwich.
okay, that's what I'll do. I'll just go find another sandwich and I'll just buy it and take it back to
Can
the
we
dress
look
shop.
for some maybe cooked food rather than just a sandwich?
Sure.
Great.
Yeah. I
think that sounds like a nice-
Going grocery shopping?
Pretty common. Like the food is especially pungent in Pulpe to offset the horrible smell of the refuse
shit.
that's around. Yes, the shit. Thank you.
That's what we smell.
The human feces. And the piss. Lest we forget the piss.
and or shit or
Lest
combination.
we forget.
Yeah.
But yes, there are food vendors, and I know it's like, oh, that's gross. But again, this is the way they live.
Yeah.
And so, but their foods
high.
tend to have like peppers in them and like
Yeah.
things that kind of blow your senses up, so that
Peppers.
you're overwhelmed by the culinary experience rather than your surroundings.
Food's awesome.
But yeah,
down
there's like
here.
little food carts. You see, there's like a little guy that has his own little like soup and stew thing. There's like you smell the pungent smell of like meats being cooked.
Yeah,
and
like-
so it's like there's like a little.
There's a good
food court
kebab
type
place
thing,
down the
yeah.
way. I'll show you.
Yeah.
I was just refraining from being like, soup and stew, Steve! It's soup and stew, Steve! Stews and soups!
And we're all out of stew.
Steve and Sue's Soup and Steve.
I don't know. I made Steve so angry.
This is one of those towns, though, no 5-second rule.
Yeah.
Not at all.
There's not even like a 1 second rule. It's just,
It's
Can't
gone.
touch if
it's gone
not
forever.
done.
My sandwich!
It's gone forever. Don't even,
My wife! Yeah.
she's gone. Just
Just
Belongs to
keep
the
it
ground
just keep
now.
going.
Leave her.
We do
ground.
need
Anybody wanna
people
go out?
behind here.
we do.
Yeah, shit slitter.
We have to.
We move on.
Sled.
So you see, the diversity of the culinary experience. Many of these little vehicles,
inside-
ships and carts and little tents and everything. So whatever, if you wanted to whatever kind of foodstuffs you would want to purchase in this moment or anything like that, you have full access to. So,
Nice.
where were you guys at?
Oh, I just wanted to get
Just
them.
a
I just wanted to get the sandwich because I feel bad now.
So
Because of them.
sandwiches are.
I didn't feel
it's
bad
like
before.
They'll whip you up
No,
a
I
sandwich
did.
for like
Sandwich.
5 copper.
Okay.
So you see, it's like, do you have copper? think
I
we have-
don't.
So you see, there's.
I'll
there
just
is-
get 10 sandwiches.
Sandwiches. You see her drop, and she's, oh, right away, sir. You know, she starts making these sandwiches up.
Thank you.
And you know, the chef comes in and he's like, oh God, and they're like trying to make these sandwiches.
It's fine,
as fast as
take
they
your
can.
time.
You see their fingernails are a little dirty, which like gives you the tummy rums a little bit.
Make
Here
it-
you go.
yeah, just make
10
them faster then.
sandwiches.
Seasoning.
10 sandwiches are handed your way.
Awesome. Can I get a bag?
Just
Yeah, like
mustard
fucking 10
down.
sandwiches. Can I get a bag, please?
Oh yes, of course. You know, they like reach around. They just grab you like a little platter. You have a platter.
That'll work. I'm leaving the restaurant with this.
Oh, yep. I mean,
There
you gave
was
them
no
gold.
argument.
They were totally fine. They got a gold out of that exchange.
That's how purchases happen.
Whatever kind I ate. It's like a street ball sub.
Street ball stuff. And you got 10 of them?
Sure did.
Are you
I
gonna
think
eat
it's
all
made
10
of
of them?
100% rat ass.
Rat ass. I've never had rat
It's
ass
just
before.
Well, the loin. It's like the
Okay.
it's like the hip, the
meaty
hock
part
of the
it?
rat.
So are you going to eat all 10 of those sandwiches?
No, I'm gonna give
All 10?
Ildressa or Tildessa.
Taldessa?
Tildessa her sandwich back. Then I'm gonna eat the other 9.
You know, Lulu,
9 sandwiches?
Lulu, that's some real helping committee thinking there. I like
Or
it
we could just hand them
already.
out to people. I mean, who doesn't love a street ball sub?
I mean,
That's
I've
a
never
great idea.
had a street ball sub before.
You want one?
I would like
Oh my
one.
god. Okay, so there's one for you.
Thank you.
So I'm down to 8.
Awesome. Anybody else hungry?
Anyone want a street ball sub?
No.
Do you want a bite of mine? Look at this rat
Do you
ass.
even eat?
No.
No? All right.
I will just.
I know you smoke. But do you eat?
No, remember, food just mashes
Yeah, I was like-
against their little teddy bear face, but it's like they'll
I saw
they'll
you
do
put
it
food to
sometimes.
your
But
face.
like the bite doesn't go away.
And then
it's
it was
like having
gone.
a tea party with a kid. It's just like
Right.
the food just mashes.
Every time you describe it, I'm like,
It's like I saw you put food to your face.
And then it
Did
was
you
gone.
eat it?
And then it was gone. You looked down at your own food and then suddenly it was gone.
Lucian, are you eating 9 sandwiches?
No.
Is that what I believe?
At this point, it's only 8.
8 sandwiches.
I have one.
But anyone else who wants one, if we're just going down the street, I'll throw out some sandwiches. Be like, hey, I only had a gold and they were coppers, so there we go. And I
Awesome.
tipped really well.
Sweet.
I guess.
Cool. So everybody that ate a sandwich, do me a favor. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. What do I do?
oh no.
So you're gonna roll a d20.
Okay.
And then add your Constitution saving throw modifier.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
So I got an 11
Ooh.
plus,
Saving throw.
plus a
damn
2.
it.
So
13.
13.
Damn it. Oh, so I guess that's 11. Yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead and start a timer.
Damn it.
We're going to continue
Do I have to roll
to
it
the
8
Don't
more
worry about
times?
the timer, guys. I'll keep track of the timer.
oh no.
I planned on having diarrhea at the party anyway. So,
Was that going to be your plan
to get away and find evidence.
That is so wise. That is brilliant.
It just so happens I will actually have it now and will need to get away to do that.
In that case,
Also.
Mark and I, do some sort of distraction. If you, maybe we can do something like that. Well, you guys
Like stand
get
by the
away
bathroom
to-
door and like waft it out into,
Yeah,
because that would work.
But that is if you guys are not completely incapacitated. We will. Okay, we will see what happens when we get there.
I have a feeling this is gonna be in and out.
I assume this rat ass is gonna come back.
I've said
wait.
nothing.
It's a, you know, it's
You guys are all
it's
so-
kind of a
It's a really
crapshoot.
good thing.
Pardon the
Yes.
term.
I start
Pardon
our
the term, but it
timers
is a
all the time.
crapshoot.
Yeah.
Clever one.
Yeah.
I like you.
I tend to have a pretty strong stomach.
I was gonna say.
I'm concerned.
Is
Yeah.
it this? That's a very awesome.
Yeah, awesome. I have a strong ass.
There it is.
I don't know.
Man, I like you guys a lot. You are really good people. This is a good helping committee.
second
I can't
thinking
wait
these
for you to meet
sandwiches,
the rest
but-
of the helping committee someday.
Ooh, sounds lovely.
They are red. One of them just can't get up any stairs. But you know what? God bless him. Wherever he
Don't
is.
hold it against
Heart of
him.
gold.
Wherever he is.
Heart
yeah,
of gold, that guy.
Well, he's fallen downstairs somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Cut to Santivan. Oh,
Oh, Gary.
it never stops.
Yeah.
Gary.
Gary.
Aw, Gary.
Is there any kind of antiquity shop
Yes, there is. It's like these are less like specific, like the item store or whatever. It's a lot of like booths and stuff. So people gather the shit that they can. You know, sometimes trinkets wash down in these rains, and so they'll like pull through and find stuff. And then there's little shops with colorful banners that people stand under and are like, "Hey, would you like to buy this? Do you want to buy this? Hey, this would look good on you." You know, and in this, you know, there's an alleyway nearby you where it's like there's a pretty good row of that. It's like there's a lot of weird, strange little things.
Nice.
I've been to these parties before, unfortunately, and I'm very much feeling the good energy from these new friends, and I'd like to each get them a piece to help them with.
You're buying me a gun?
Diving into the.
Aw, thank you.
I'd like to, if they're available at each booth, I'd like to get a cigarette holder. I've noticed that my new Cuddleforged friend smokes quite a lot.
Yes,
I like this a lot.
You can smoke at parties, but adds a little class to it.
I like it, thank you.
Thinking either a bangle or some sort of necklace for my Aasimar friend. Do they sell guns?
Do they sell guns?
Straight up just a gun.
Just like a nice little derringer I can
bolo tie.
just tuck on my side.
Also, yeah.
Kind of show off.
I like that.
Oh my god, tiny gun!
Tiny gun bolo tie.
Two tiny guns.
And the bolo tie parts are coming out of
Right.
Holder, a bangle, and a bolo tie. All right, yeah, you see, you know, as you kind of go down, you have in mind what you want. And to shed a little light on our man Mark, you are one of the smartest people in the world. Like, your intelligence is as high as a living creature can have without the use of magic.
Oh, wow.
And so it's, you know, these decisions, these gifts that you would want, it's, you know, you look down, you have a photographic memory, so you look down the alleyway, you look at them, but now you're shopping in the alleyway while you look at the features of each one of them. Your brain is just moving in such a high speed that you just kind of glide down the street, you know, and as these vendors reach out, you see they hold out an item, you walk by and they're just holding coins.
Totally see that.
You know, you just kind of seamlessly flow. Mark, you are of the Kush Kingdoms. This, you know, even Pulpe, not your favorite place to stay, but you as a charlatan have made your way, you know, in the good sense of the word, have been around all of the kingdoms. You know, you've been at great events, parties. You know, people like death in this kingdom. It's not uncommon for you to have been hired to have some skeleton of some family member sitting in a chair during a feast, you know. And so
I'm a skeleton.
you see all the people that you've interacted with a few times in the street before. They know when they have something you would like. And so the streets speak to Mark in a way that maybe they don't to some of these fish out of water, you know. And through Mark we get the lens of how fluid this system does work. It is strange and fragmented, but the fear of this encroaching doom coming in has kept the three houses together, even though everybody wants this central city. And so, you know, you guys see as Mark cruises down this street how equitable the streets of the city are to someone that knows them very well, you know. And so certain people are, you know, you see one of them, Mark, we'll say for the 3 gifts, it was gonna be 3 gold, but you see one of the guys just is like, keep it, and thanks for that thing we did. You know what I mean? It kind of gives you the wink. So 2 gold to buy the gifts for your album.
I remember that guy.
Thanks for the heads up on the sandwiches,
Yeah,
by
that
the
was
way.
a weird one.
Is our poop timer doing okay?
I was gonna say.
What are you talking about poop timer? I didn't say anything about poop timer.
Well, I was just saying
Guys,
he
it
knows the
could be
town really
anything.
well.
It
Thanks for
could
the
be
heads up
great.
on the sandwiches. She saw me
What
buy
if in an hour
10
you
of
just
them.
get some
You wouldn't be like,
experience for digesting it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's not
Oh
that.
my gosh.
We don't know.
You're like, that's not it.
It's definitely not that.
Is there any medicine places, like antidote places?
That's a good point. Yes, in a city that is literally built upon a flowing sewer almost, people be getting sick.
Yeah.
So yes, there is. You know, there's a couple different ways you can go. You know, there's the practitioners of medicine, which, you know, are constantly testing and experimenting. A lot of like necromancer type people where they're just working and trying. There's like some plague doctor type guys that are like literally trying to do good, but maybe have some dubious intentions, but are well versed in medicine. And then there's your like, you know, witch or a magic woman or sage. There's that, like the more natural approach. Which way would you want to go?
I need to
That
get
one
some
sounds like
Peppy
less
Biz
animal
milk.
cruelty.
Yeah.
If we can get some Peppy Biz milk.
I'm
That's gonna help my
I'm
stomach.
wondering if we can find the equivalent of their local CBC.
Yeah, just like
Just some sort of.
it's got the sign and everything.
Yeah. The Rite Aid,
Yeah.
Place with the green
Rat-
wool.
rat aid,
The green
right?
wool tends to have what you need.
Rat aid?
Everything's rats.
Yeah.
Some sort of.
Yeah, no, there's there's a market where medicinal herbs and stuff are sold. There's
Okay.
there's that kind of vibe. So if you go there, and you see there are a few stalls scattered around. You see there's one that has natural herbs and plants and stuff kind of out. He's like crushing it into a little mortar and pestle.
Nice.
You see some strange like alchemists little laboratory set up with like little bubbling potions and stuff, and a little guy with little glasses that sits on his nose like making strange potions. But you have kind of the full spread of that, like the idea of experimental medicine or natural healing. That the whole market is in front of you with these various stalls.
Okay.
Let's take both.
I
and
was
see what
going to
happens.
say, Mark, you live here, oui? You live around these parts, oui? Do people at these parties expect some sort of robbery or money ever? Do they ever want money for things like information?
Really depends on who you're dealing with. More likely than not, greasy fingers are hungry.
I see.
Yes.
I'm trying to decide how much money I want to spend. Because as I look around at all of you and I have heard your stories today, I realize I do not have the glowing green, gentle, sweet hands of smooth hands of Tina. Smooth hands. I don't know if you've heard of this goddess before, but she was very prominent around where I am from.
The Green Lady.
People followed her, and I had
Heard of her.
healing people
Green
and
Lady.
such like things. And I do not have that here, so I'm looking at many potions. I know that I have a couple of healing potions.
Yes.
I have a few greater. I have a greater healing potion.
You have a greater, and I think
One.
you have 2 potions of regular
Cool.
healing. So the healing is 2d4 plus 2.
Yes,
The
yes.
graders are 4d4 plus 4.
Okay. Excellent. I think I would just like to get a couple more potions.
Okay.
And then is there something like, I don't know, is there like, I have no medicine. I can't check to see what the hell sort of explosive diarrhea they're gonna have. I'm trying to think of what I can do.
I have not said anything about poop or diarrhea.
I know.
You're probably
but
right.
They're probably gonna just drop dead.
There is
when I'm
50
very
minutes
sad.
left on that.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
Do we hear any kind of tummy rumblies? Any kind of bubbly guts?
Can we?
I hope
Give me a
not.
medicine check.
All right.
The tubby rumblies.
Tummy rumblies.
You killed
It's
them.
weird.
It's a medical term.
I've eaten at that. I've eaten at that place before. Usually
I
fine.
got 13.
15 plus 4, 19?
19. That'll be good enough. You
Yeah.
do anticipate the rums of some tongues. You kind of put it down
the
there,
mean-
and you hear like a boop, 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 almost like the
Oh,
music
it's
that's playing right now. Hold on.
happening.
A little West Coast Star Wars.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
guts.
West Coast Star Wars.
They got the
Like,
West Coast Star Wars.
Boom, 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 boom. But yes, you do notice that it does seem like the tummy rums of Enra are nothing compared to the tummy rums that Lucian Le'More is currently experiencing. He's almost like shaking in front of you as the rums.
I had like
begin to-
8 sandwiches, bro.
He ate 8 sandwiches.
Oh my god.
I didn't make it. eat
Go
8.
big or go
gonna
home.
share them.
I tried to share. I mean, can I say like a 5?
Yes.
Like I handed out.
Let's be
3.
fair.
That's fair. Like I could hand out free. Who the fuck wouldn't take a free sandwich?
Oh
Yeah.
no, but should
Especially
we...
in shit town.
Hilariously,
you know what I mean? Like,
every person you gave a sandwich to is like, oh man, why did I take that sandwich from that?
it's great. Yeah. Now they're all
Now
gonna
they're like,
come after
oh,
me.
shoot, I feel like I have like an hour, strangely.
Yeah,
Like-
weird.
Do it in the streets, not the sheets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Just go down to Diarrhea Alley. It's
Yeah.
like, it's like 20 feet away.
Yeah.
Alley.
Diarrhea.
Is that
Yeah.
diarrhea?
That's
See on the
Diarrhea
right.
Alley there.
Now on the left, that's your solid poops.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
A
Diarrhea.
fine layer of peas keeps them
Diarrhea.
going. Now the right river, that's just pure diarrhea.
Excellent.
Pure,
Pure
unadulterated.
Unadulterated.
Mortgage paying adults.
Oh wow.
Taco Bell's finest.
We are
Not a
adults.
sponsor yet.
We are
Not a
adults.
sponsor.
Yeah, they
Not
won't.
a-
They
not
won't.
a
After this, they will.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my gosh,
Especially with
yes.
all the poop talk.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're like,
Is there
wait,
anything more to
especially.
talk about?
streets of diarrhea.
Go on.
Oh,
Just add some cheese.
I'll have what he's having. Go to SearedScape.com.
Full circle. Full
Thanks to
circle.
SearedScape, rivers of diarrhea.
Well,
Given
maybe.
that I live here, based off the various rumblies of tumbles,
Yes.
would I know of anything since I'm used to?
You think that that Enra can be saved. Honestly, either end of this spectrum would do well. Cheap natural gifts are cheaper, not as efficient, you know, but these alchemical will completely alleviate the problem, but you never know with alchemy. There could always be some weird thing.
More
So, you know, you think the natural herbs would lessen
monkey's
her
paw.
condition. You think in the case of Lucian, that more extreme measures might be needed.
Just punch me in the stomach, bro. I'm just gonna go throw it up. Let's go. I'm just gonna go throw it up. Just hit me as hard as you can in
I
the
feel
stomach.
like it's
I'm
too
gonna go.
late to throw it. You're already having symptoms.
I know.
It's too late.
It's in you now.
Past the point. of no
Maybe
return.
I'll just, I don't know,
Embrace it.
just sweat it out.
Embrace it.
It really could be beneficial if
Go
we
all
need
in.
you to use the
Grin and
the
bear it.
boudoir.
Oof.
Or wait, is boudoir bedroom?
It really started.
Use the restroom at the
is now.
party.
So
Or the
good. It's
bedroom,
getting
wherever
hot.
you want to go.
Anyone else getting sweaty?
They'll have plenty of cans in the mansion.
3rd floor.
All right.
Oh yes, you can poop in a very nice restroom.
Yeah.
Yes.
We should
Alright.
get going though.
Oh yeah.
You had mentioned looking for healing
I'm starting to
potions.
get-
Yeah, I'd like to get maybe.
Because the nature of this kingdom, you know, magic not as prominent in this region, duels and personal conflicts being resolved typically at the point of a sword. Healing potions are pretty accessible here. So the 50 gold piece price that they have inside the player's handbook for a normal healing potion, 50 gold, that's 2d4 plus 2. And you can drink a potion as a bonus action, and you can apply it to someone else as an action. That is a homebrew rule. That's something we do, just to kind of take the healing
sting.
pause out of combat. It is as an option. You can use your healing potion as a bonus action to heal. They do also, I would say there's only 4 of these in all of the markets around you, but there are 4 greater healing potions. They're 200 gold apiece, 4d4 plus 4 healing.
What was the first one again? How much?
2d4 plus 2,
No, how much did it cost?
50 gold apiece.
50 gold. I'm trying to get down to 420. Because I'm at 4.
Aren't we all?
I'm at 450 now. Yeah, I'm gonna get 2 more of those. Or yeah, I'm gonna do the
2 more basics.
yeah.
Yeah.
For shits and gigs.
2d4 plus
For
2, and they
shit.
cost 50 gold. All of you are
Great.
welcome to buy those.
Now
And then,
I
like I
have
said, in this
500.
region, you can find right now, and that might change depending on the day, 4 greater healing potions. 4d4 plus 4 is how much those heal for.
Yeah, baby,
Okay.
there you go. Bam.
If anybody wants 200
Yeah,
gold.
I'll just pick up 2. You know, why not?
You know, you see the armor-claved Lucian Le'More. He's got a really under his like clothes, his fancy clothes. He's got this shining breastplate. And any of you familiar with the lore of the Ghostslayer order that he was a part of? They were given these breastplates. It's made out of adamantite. It's the strongest metal on other than star
I earned
metal,
it.
the strongest metal to be found on the planet. So he is by nature immune to critical hits
Immunity!
while wearing
That's
his
cool.
adamantite breastplate. So that is
Welcome
a
to the
beast
immunity
joke.
community.
Community.
All right, so
I'll
yeah,
drop
any-
100 for 2.
2 of the regulars.
2d4s, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, those ones they have. I'm not. You could be, especially not having a dedicated healer in the party. You know.
Oh, I was taking
considering
2 of the
damage.
graders.
I've seen the
Did I make that clear?
Yeah. 2
Okay.
graders.
I've seen the aftermath of the unresting, and it's not pretty.
Yes.
So the more healing we have amongst us, should that arise, the better.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna take 2 of the regular ones also.
You see, they're panning them out. Again, it's like this life is
yeah.
harsh, and people are used to having
It's
to
like
sip on
500 gold down to 99 real quick.
Are there any bottles of the wine that for sale at all, or no?
Yes. So they have the diluted wine, the vintner's trade. Let me get through it here real quick.
Is that something people give a shit about at this party? You know how like some people you bring a bottle of wine to a party,
Yes,
Spike
absolutely.
the punch.
So
at least just to like bring a bottle of wine to the party, be all respectful.
I mean, it's just manners, right?
right?
what they
That
have.
is how they do it back where I am from.
Right.
You know, you kind of go around. You're looking for a bottle
Here's the bottle
that'll
of
make an
wine.
impact in the room. You know, and actually, it's coincidentally enough, it's like you're looking through a couple different wines, and there's some that are distilled with this essence of ganja, but pretty light. And then you see one that actually has the mark of Mash O'Malley on it, like it's one of Mash's
Ooh.
bottles. And so you know, your little teddy bear can like push them aside and grab it. You hold it up in front of you. This particular wine has a effect. It allows you to. It creates a mirror image of yourself when you drink it as the spell. So the wines kind of serve more as single-use spell effects rather than augmenting things like the other ones are.
Okay.
So this one is literally like, it's rare, they're extremely hard to get, but for 100 gold, you can get a wine that when you drink it, it causes replicas of yourself to appear around you.
So, bitch. I mean, so I will take
ju-
this bottle of wine, please.
It's just, oh, God, Jesus Christ.
I'm very excited about going to a party tonight, so I have a lot of energy.
I get it, I
Yeah,
get it.
see,
we
this
have
is
this
fun.
crazy
You
party
do,
tomorrow.
you would
too.
get it.
Yeah.
You get it.
Yeah, we
You
party
would
around
get
here,
it.
man.
Yeah,
We party.
that's exciting. Okay.
You going to the brothel later?
I did not know there was a brothel.
There's so many.
Really?
Yes.
There's like
I love
4.
this. You know, sex work is work.
Yes, that's
Yes.
right. Yeah, no,
Sex
we
work
serve
is
a
work?
very valuable
Yeah.
need here.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is I
Yeah,
love
shoot,
it.
if you go, just take the diarrhea river.
Oh,
right,
yes.
right down. See, you see where that's that big.
Oh, there is a diarrhea. Guys, there's a diarrhea river.
Yeah.
So for later.
Be sure to check it out.
Yeah.
Follow that down, and then right around there, that's where you'll. That's just brothels galore.
I love it.
You
This is
can't
so
swing a dead cat without hitting
It-
a brothel or diarrhea.
That's
Yeah.
exciting. And I feel
We can
like you
take a
probably get a lot
schlong
of dead
down
cows
the
around
shit.
here.
Yeah, we have tons. Did you need one? Because
I'm pretty good. I
You're
do not
good.
need- We're on our way out, but
Did
we
you
will
guys?
be back
Your
through.
friends need a dead cat? I've got them.
I know they're
That
good.
is so nice.
Yeah.
of you.
I had
I'm
like
okay.
8 sandwiches.
You're
I'm
good?
good.
I'm really
He
good.
ate- he-
You ate the
ate.
sandwiches, buddy.
I know.
Pats you on the arm.
Well,
Do you,
No,
is
it's
there
like
anything
I'm
that you
feeling
think
it
would
a
help
little.
with that? Like
Prayer. You might try praying.
Okay.
But the
Have you guys
gods.
heard of Glorp? He's pretty good at the awfulness.
Glow?
Glorp?
Glow?
Glorp?
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 I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Glorp?
I have heard for you.
Glorp?
Yeah.
No,
You guys
no. What's?
Oh my God, you guys! There is this god. His name is Glorp, and he is he's the god of just random craziness. And sometimes when I think about what diarrhea does to my body and my insides, and also my heart,
soul.
just my soul, I think
think you're
why?
pooping
And Glorp responds with just an infinite nothing, because nothing. There's sometimes no answers, you know.
You get diarrhea?
That was gonna be my next question.
We should go. We should probably go now.
Putting health potions in your
Yeah.
bag.
That is enough out of me, the bear. No.
Just jumping from
Yeah.
side post
Yeah.
to handle.
Yeah.
Keeps
So
you
fast.
regular.
Yeah.
All right, so yes,
Yes.
you bought.
What do you think? I
smoke?
smoke cigarettes all of the time. Yes, it happens.
Covers up the smell.
I had 2 bran muffins and a cup of coffee. What do you think is gonna happen?
Just jumping away.
Meatball sandwich.
The street ball sandwich. Oh no. Just
Yeah.
How's that timer?
Oh, it's great. You guys are. It's 40. You got about 40 minutes.
I'm excited.
Oh man, you're excited.
Your wings are like.
Enra's a vibe, yeah. It's such a vibe.
I can't wait to experience
Oof.
this.
This is fun. Everything's
With
like
all
fire.
of you.
What? I thought you guys had played Dungeons and Dragons.
I think 5 was a bit excessive. I probably should
Yeah,
have
I
had
love it.
none.
Nicole's first D&D session, she's gonna get just
Diet-
violent
just-
diarrhea.
Angel shit.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
never said or confirmed
That's true.
or denied.
We don't know
fully
what it is.
Yeah.
That it is in fact diarrhea.
Pretty
that's
sure it's gonna
coming.
be
Whatever
the screaming
it is,
meanies.
I'm ready.
Is it a
I'm in
smooch?
it, and I'm here for it.
Is it a kiss or is
Little
it a forehead
kiss.
kiss?
Little kiss.
Little kisses.
All right.
I'm just glad I'm not violently shaking.
It's gonna be one of those.
Your vision just.
Classic. The Jeff Daniels.
You guys notice that Lucian's toes are like curling a little
Curling
bit
up
while
a
he's
little
sitting.
bit.
Oh man,
We all think we can all.
we're good.
Isn't that fun?
Do you think you regret your decision of leaving your armor on?
No, you're the.
Oh no.
Does it have the flap like a onesie?
Oh
It's
man.
just like and a little,
God, I hope so.
It's a breastplate, so that might be free.
I was gonna say I didn't bring my socket wrench with me to undo the butt.
Can you get over here? Can you do it fast?
Can you do it fast?
Can you please?
Can you help me? You're crying. Please.
I've never empathized with a character more than this.
It's like
Oh, this poor guy, man. Oh, who would do this to you?
Till Dessa put these on more than hand tight. I'm not gonna be able to get this
Don't
on.
blame her for your mistakes.
Perfect.
She's still back at the shop. She's like,
I knew she
What if
used.
he has to
I knew
poop?
she used
Oh,
pliers.
and you also ate her sandwich. So wait, you did
it was
eat
6.
more
It was
because-
6.
6
It was 6
sandwiches.
sandwiches.
oh shit.
But, so she has a shit sandwich.
Not
Yes.
anymore. Oh wait, give
Yeah,
them
because
back.
he gave her
Oh,
one.
Oh, I did give it back.
Wow.
Just think of all the linens.
Oh, no.
I still ate 6 though. The linens.
That's that was terrible. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
All
was
right.
that a high five?
It was like a
It was that was a low 5.
Low five, guys. Low five.
Not good.
Low five. Real low five.
All right, so you guys have procured some gifts for your people. You notice Mark is showing you the kindness of the folk of the Kush Kingdoms.
Oh, this is a really nice
You know,
bow
as he
tie.
moves, like a little bit of powder comes out of his wig. You guys got your healing potions, and you picked up a nice swag bottle of wine, some of Master Mike's finest. The Mirror's Edge, it is called.
I remember where I am from. We like to bring wine to parties.
Where
They
you
say
from?
they want to cook with it. Hang on to it.
Oh,
They're just being assholes. Oh, what a good cooking wine.
Okay. Well, this drink is in front of them. They can suck my whole dick. Anyway.
Perfect. Oh,
The whole dick?
They can suck my whole bare dick.
the whole thing.
The whole dick.
Self-heal.
That's funny.
Okay. So now we are on the wagon and we are on our poopy way.
Yes, you know, you guys, you kind of take the poop skimmer a little bit to the edges of the town of Poolpay. Again, just to kind of, because we're new in this region. Poolpay is down at the southwest where the kind of hills of the Kush Kingdoms flow downward to. You know, as you kind of come out of the western gate of Poolpay, you can see, you know, this is all pretty close. Like the scale of everything might be a little different in the mind's eye, but you know, these 4 cities are really one giant ecosystem. You know, it's you can travel to them, and you know, in a normal amount of time. It's not, you know, days travel between each one. But in front of you, you see for the first time that the central, not for the first time, but for the central city of Saleh. You know, kind of the treasure of the Kush Kingdoms itself. You know, with large pearlescent towers, you know, and gilded streets. The common folk have begun gathering in Saleh. And then, you know, they're led by this fellow whose name is Tarnuk the All-Eye. He's known as the Seer of Saleh. He's been going around preaching to his group, his sect called the Oblivikin. The derivation of oblivion. They preach that the world is going to end and that is a beautiful thing, and that it is silliness to set one man above another man. That is why the king is dead, because the real order of the world.
And we're like riding right by him.
So you guys you notice that there's actually like a congregation of these like white-robed people, you know, some of them have bandanas over their eyes. A lot of them have shaved their heads, male and female. You see a pretty large group of them in their little white robes walking in the direction that you're going, like toward the gates of Cordeaux. You see there's like a bit of a gathered crowd of them, kind of, you know, and they're energized. They're storming up the hill toward the streets of Cordeaux. So, you know, you guys are standing at the edge of Poupée, Saleh in front of you, Cordeaux up to the north. But you see this group kind of marching angrily toward the closed gates of Cordeaux in the north. What do you do?
I hope none of them ate those sandwiches. They're white.
They're going the wrong way if they did, because the sandwich shop is.
The bathroom is back that way.
Well, sandwich shop.
Interesting. So, and we can hear the things that the sky is saying too, or
Currently, you know, you don't see Tarnuk the All-Eye, you don't see the Seer. You know, if you've got, he is probably that where they congregate is often where he is, so
Okay.
perhaps he's already up toward the gate more.
I see.
But you do see them preaching around like, yeah, we're starving and the gates are closed. You know, and they're all kind of walking around. There's a little, you know, that chaotic energy.
Tense, but if they're not
starting to
like
build.
angry.
Exactly. It's like, and from what you know of your experience with these Oblivikin, they are not overtly violent, but they are trying to wake up all the people that are ruled by patriarchies and matriarchies and aristocrats, and telling the common man that we're all going to die and it's a beautiful thing. What makes any one man better than the other? And so, you know, and their word is spreading fastly through the kingdoms as some of the common folk that have trudged through Diarrhea River, you know, start realizing,
Why'd you
hey,
point it out?
perhaps we could take this over and run this realm, run Saleh from the commoner, something that, you know, is completely ridiculous by the standards of the social hierarchies of the Kush Kingdoms. So you do see, you know, at this, it's not like a mob, it's not like hundreds of them, but you do see, you know, maybe like 24 of them wandering up, you know, going north toward the gates of Cordeaux, where you guys are.
That is interesting because it's almost like they almost sound Glorpian with their like nothing matters, but instead of being the nothing matters, it's nothing matters.
Right. They're just a little more fierce about it.
Yeah.
Tarnuk
Not
is
so
said to be a
confused.
very loquacious speaker. You know what I mean? Like his
Interesting, yeah.
representatives may not have the tact that he has, but he is like somewhat of a passionate speech giver. And you know, people have been like they hear of his speeches and they kind of gather, and so his numbers have grown in the kingdom of Saleh.
Okay. So, oh, I see.
Nice. I see
there
it
ain't
now.
no green cloud on any bar of that.
Right.
Listen.
Now I know that I'm from Lumal, right?
Lumal, correct.
Right. So like, and I've been around the city before, but and this is a year after that though. I still recognize all of this stuff. Like it hasn't changed that
Correct.
much.
So
like,
Tarnuk is a relatively new figure.
Right.
This Oblivion sect has popped up in this last year. But the unresting, the three houses, like all of that, it's pretty generational. You know, and so it's like this struggle has kind of been what's kept the balance for a while. King Arathanas Aglthor led a peace where everybody kind of felt included and connected, but literally at his death, it was immediately destroyed. That
Right.
peace was gone.
Oh,
And
sure.
so now everybody's vacuously reaching
the cat's
for
away.
control of these kingdoms, you know. And so including, you know, some of the people at the party that you're going to too.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure, like, I still recognize the city and all that stuff. I know it
Yes.
had only been a year, and I know that in that time, our temple or where the order was held has been
Destroyed.
destroyed,
Yes.
not dismantled.
When you returned, you know, again,
abandoned.
the Feywild time runs differently. You thought you were in there for an hour, you came back a year later.
Yeah,
And
that
when you
kinda sucked.
returned, the order of the Ghostlayers that you follow and your mentor Brandomir, all you found was remnants of his journal and a crumbled temple of where you had trained your whole life. Now you've managed to kind of carve yourself out your own little piece of that, and that's kind of where you've been staying.
no.
But the city itself, like a lot of these buildings are remnants from the old world. Like some of these structures,
hundreds of
the
years
large
ago?
ones, from like Everendel before
wow.
Ganjaria
Before
was
the fall?
ripped off of it.
Oh, Jesus.
And so it's like there is like an ancientness to some of the structures in the kingdom
Cool.
that is almost unmatched elsewhere. Like that's this structure, these kingdoms were in some way existed in Everendel. You know, not to this extent, not the same families, you know, as
Right.
the people that were brought along for the ride when Ganjaria was created. But, you know, there is this kind of seeded generational struggle between these three houses, the people at play for positioning within them,
Right.
and trying to make the other ones look terrible. And it was King Arathanas Aglthor was such an amazing king at making everybody felt heard. And though not everybody was happy with every decision, the fact that they were genuinely considered has kept a peace with the looming threat of undeath on the outside.
Right.
Without that peace,
Now
these
it's
people would
a
be
shit
chewing
show.
each other to pieces. Right? And so, if not for the fact that there's a strange legion of these unresting creatures
R.I.P.
in the woods that surround the Kush Kingdoms, you know, Arathanas Aglthor was the thing that made it work extremely well. Now it's all starting to break down a little bit. The commoners are starving. None of the food from Sativan made it. And so their lives that were already hard are now harder. Well, what better goal? Like the aristocrats are trying to provide these people protection in hardships, but it's always hard now. And so why certain people have and certain people have not, it's becoming a harder and harder line to understand for those that have to suffer. And so, you know, as does that wheel of history often turn, it's starting to get to where the people without
They're
are
tired of-
realizing the
tired of
strength of the
shit.
number of them.
People rise up when they're
So-
tired of the shit.
Especially when they're having a party. Bad timing.
Yeah. Shit timing on the party.
And that's how it goes.
How is everyone else around reacting to this mob of people?
You see, like in true Cordeaux fashion, the people that are riding their gilded carriages toward the gates that have their invites, and you know, butlers driving their carriages and something, completely ignoring them, like almost like pulling their capes up as they drive by, not to definitely
sure
don't
they
make
don't
eye
even touch 'em.
contact. You know, oh never.
Wow.
You know, and so there is like a nose upturn as the people of Cordeaux, you know, they are rather full of themselves. You'll notice that the other houses that are coming to this event as well, the common folk of Saleh, they are watching this, and you see their eyes glimmering as they're like, perhaps this might be the calling for me. You know, you see a lot of hesitation, again, as the blog is always watching. To walk with that mob is to admit something pretty, you know, exceptional in the eyes of society. And so you do see the ever, you know, the feeling of the blog that permeates the streets, where people might not be doing the thing they thought they would want to do just because of what the perception may be. And so you find yourself, almost slapped in the face by this as you're looking around and you start realizing like you're going from literally Diarrhea River to the height of society within, this walk's time. So you guys, as you're standing there and you see the event going, you realize that you have 28 minutes on this timer,
Bring it
but that
on.
the event will be starting soon. And so you see the crowds kind of gathering, the people headed that way. What do you guys do?
We should get going.
We just keep riding
we
our
gotta-
shit wagon inside, baby.
It's like
I'll
we
make
can-
sure everyone has their forged invitations.
Lovely.
I'll actually keep a forged, and then I'm not sure who has the original legit one.
Yes, yeah, whoever wants to have the original can.
Me.
Should we roll for it?
I
I want to roll for it.
You're also
for
fat. Pickles
Roll
like,
for it. Roll for it. Whoever rolls highest. Let's do a D12 because you're never gonna roll them. Everybody got
Right.
it.
Oh, that's
That's
true.
true.
12 never gets 12.
Yeah.
9.
Oh, you're the tiny one.
Little pickle die.
5.
10.
Ooh.
Looks like you got the
Enra
original.
gets the original. Okay.
Circle gets a square.
All right, so so you guys kind of gather and start heading up toward this event. There's kind of a steep cobblestone road that leads up as you kind of look at the looming pillars of the city of Cordeaux. Gothic architecture, extravagant brick and marble work, large pillars and steeps and points that cast back to somewhat of an elvish tradition. You see gargoyles festooned upon the top of the guardrails, and there is, there's a pretty heavy gate, barring entrance. The gates of Cordeaux used to be open all the time, but in the recent events, as they're grieving their king, they have asked that they be allowed to shut the gates and only invite who they wish. Through Mash O'Malley, you have gotten yourselves an invite to this event.
I'm realizing this place is a little bit nicer than I think I expected we were going to be.
Yes. Yes, very fancy. In fact,
Just based off of where I've been so far, right? I've been in this other
Salt
place.
Road.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess I did
Feywild,
not
yeah.
know that this was
Diarrhea
so
Alley.
fancy.
It's very
yes,
fancy.
a stark juxtaposition between the streets of Coupe.
Yeah.
And we're on cobblestone, right?
Yeah, you're like
I
on cobblestone going
So
up.
I'd like to lean over to Lucy here and go, are you doing okay?
I'm not.
Oh.
You see the
I'm not.
rattling.
I'm just
of
gonna
the
be
carriage of your ship.
Hold it together.
Oh God, that's what I've been doing. This is me holding it together. Like
Really, just grip it tight.
God, what if I look so foolish in my own head right now? There's so many sandwiches. So many mistakes were made.
So many.
Wow.
We don't know
have so
how,
many.
if it's a mistake or not yet.
The bubbles in my stomach tell a different story.
You could grow from this experience.
He's sweat. He's
I-
sweaty. He's very sweaty.
You are
It is. I know.
I grabbed the fabric from my beautiful wings and I kind of dab his forehead.
Thanks. Oh,
It's gonna be okay. We're gonna get through this. You, look at me. Look at me. We're gonna get through this together. Okay?
you're not gonna want to be in there. Just.
I mean, I'm not literally gonna. No, you missed the point. I'm not gonna literally be in there with you, but we're in this together.
Gotcha.
Great.
Mark.
I'm excited.
Would you be a peach and bump
Yep.
that?
All
right, there
Okay.
we go.
When they die, just let me know what we're going to need to do to bring them back to life.
I should take a
Okay.
greater healing potion in there with me. Right?
He's gonna have to shove it up his butt.
Just the door shut.
Pop that cord.
Lighters.
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 No, but like we're gonna need it for this. All right, so you guys, you're kind of headed up this cobblestone road. You see the bubble guts of Lucian Le'More, the wolf of Wall Street. Is
like- 2 different seasons where I had bubble guts.
you're always eating so many sandwiches.
I do eat a lot of shit. You're
Eating all
right.
those sandwiches.
Stop eating.
So you guys are walking up this road, and the gathered masses of, you see probably now, rather than 2 dozen, maybe 4 dozen of these gathered members of the Oblivion. And you see they're all kind of standing around, and each of them kind of bouncing a little bit in tow, as there's just like a general wave and an energy that radiates off of their passion, their zest of what is occurring. You see the great, curved and fancy gates of Cordeaux are opened one at a time to allow people in with their admittance. But just beyond that is gathered a crowd of these people. And standing on a little box pulpit in front of them is a man named Tarnuk the All Eye. He stands shrouded in white robes. He has a bald head and like a bandana that wraps around his eyes, preventing him from seeing. And in the center of his face, of the bandana, is this giant, like gilded arcane eye. You can see the runes on it kind of rotate as he looks around, kind of hanging his hands about as if he cannot see, while also seeing everything all at once. And he gestures broadly to the gathered crowd. Children of the Oblivion, do not lose control of your emotions. We are better than them, and we prove it in our absolution. Oblivion calls to us, children, and we shall answer its gracious call. The ancient ones have left us. You see, he hears something and turns and he looks at Enra. You see the wheel start spinning, and he points his finger out. Heretic! The Legion of the Celestials has abandoned the people of the Kush Kingdoms. And you start hearing like, yeah, he's right, man. We must redirect our anger, not below, but to the skies. And that's where we're going to pick it up after intermission, guys! All right.
Big epic thing. That's like.
Are you stopping the timer? Does that run?
I'm going to stop the timer. I'm
Yeah,
stopping for
right.
intermission.
You come back.
All right. It happens off
In the middle of
camera.
his speech.
Shitty.
All right, guys, we have us a 10-minute intermission that we are going to do here. Check it out. There is original art and music supplied by the incredible people in this community that do it. Sandy Stein does the original music. Vlad Kolonik has done the dearth of the drawings, as well as Sean Gilchrist. We haven't upgraded it with the new art from this new season yet, so it is some of the older stuff, but it's all absolutely incredible. Check it out. Get your pee, get your weed, get your joints, fill your water back up, crit sip
coffee.
along if you're playing at home. And then we'll be back in 10. We'll bullshit with you maybe for like 5 minutes, and then probably jump back into this bad shit. So, look, guys, let's do this intermission, right? We'll see you in 10.
Me.
Oh, welcome back, buds, to Weed&d, the pod positive live tabletop role-playing experience. We have fired off our Diarrhea River Fold adventure of the second chapter of the of the Ganjaria Saga. This is our first session here tonight, and we are when we come back from intermission, we just want to do a little chat, see where we're at, talk with chat a little bit. How you guys feeling? I want to talk to y'all. How y'all feeling right now? How's this? Was there as much diarrhea as you had hoped for? Oh my gosh, thank you so much, bud. Wow. Let's give him a wow. Let's give this man a wow. Wow.
Drew did that in between. Drew did that in between dying.
Yeah, threw a wow in. That was impressive. That was impressive.
Wow.
Anything for the fans.
That's amazing. I feel good.
For you, buds.
I feel good. I'm excited to be playing a game. I'm realizing I need to get a mini, and I was thinking about it. I think I just need to order like a dollhouse teddy bear.
That's great.
Like just some sort of little guy.
Yes.
Boop. I think that's gonna be what happens.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna need a little mini. Because they don't, like, you go into, we do Heroforge, and you have to make some sort of terrifying
I think I made it, and it was like a quadruple amputee. That's
It's
the
like a
only way to make
code
pickles to
It's a
scale.
fucking...
And even then, it's just like a big realistic bear with no arms or legs.
Right. Wait, who said that? DM me dad, I'll ship it before DM
Oh, shoot. Man,
That'd
3
be so
birthdays
fun.
later. Bro.
Early Father's Day gift.
Yeah. Don't forget to get your dad
Hey.
something nice.
Yeah, I think it'd be so fun, just this weird little bear guy. Little bear guy.
So, yeah, man.
Nick Pickles is a Polly Pocket.
I love Polly Pocket.
Polly
Just
Pocket,
definitely
Mighty
have
Max.
that.
Mighty Max.
Mighty Max,
like,
baby.
One of my favorite things is Mighty Max.
So good.
Those are dope. Those are the best on a plane.
Virgil, bro.
Plane,
Oh my God.
like
Virgil,
plane
Mormon.
flights and stuff.
Yeah.
You could just be like, whatever, fuck it, man.
Mighty Max.
I'm Mighty
Mighty
Max.
Max.
Polly, these pockets, they'll empty your pockets and it's full of polys.
Yeah. You guys want to do a little poly tonight?
I'm doing some poly later, it'd be cool.
Have you seen Polly?
We just keep getting them stuck in our noses and shit. We're like, fuck.
So yeah, we have been
I look
introduced. Tarnak, we all are.
Tarnuk's always watching.
How you were watching?
Yeah, how would you feel if that dude was always like,
Forgot you were
nearby.
here, sir. Jesus Christ.
Seems a bit judgmental to me.
Yeah, he's a judgy guy. Look at
Judgy
him.
guy. Look at
Like
him
he's
judge.
all eye.
He has a straight across the mouth.
He's
Very
got a
cross
judgy
mouth.
mouth.
Very like Terrence Stamp vibe.
Ooh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that's who I'd probably cast for. Yeah.
He'll do it.
Yeah,
He's alive,
I'll
right?
hit him up.
I don't like him. I don't like him yelling at my new big friend.
Yes, I mean, I guess at this point, guys, that's the perfect segue to jump back in life.
Oh my god.
Enra, you stand, currently before the gates of Cordeaux, as royals and people with invitations are let through the gates. This mob of the Oblivikin, this nihilistic sect that has gathered around to protest the event of this grand feast while everybody else in the streets is starving. You see the heavy finger of the old man, the gleaming magical eye, almost attuning, like it was zooming in on your very soul. You see he points at you again. Children of the Celestials, where were you when the children began starving to death? Where was your protection when the gates fell and the unresting attacked the city? Where is your protective benevolence when these people suffer every day? You see the crowd, yes, where? And you see kind of the spotlight pointed at you. What have you to say for yourself, child of heaven?
I'm here. The others may have left, but I stayed. And I refuse to fly because it is unfair to those around me. I am one of you. I chose to stay. I decided to stay to see what was going on here with you. I did not abandon anyone. I came here unknowing what I was going to meet, and I decided to stay, not knowing what comes before me. That is what I say.
Bitch.
You see the crowd is affected. the passion at which you speak and standing before such a gifted speaker, you match him in energy perfectly, and an energy vibes through the crowd. You hear the cheers lower a little bit. They start comprehending what it is that you're truly saying, and you see Tarnuk himself is not a immodest man. You see a smile across his withered and old face. The eye itself stops spinning and fixating on you, and he turns himself in apology. We must learn from the truths of the world around us. And you see he kind of ignores you guys, and he starts pontificating to his flock. It is in accepting your own failures and shortcomings, testing yourself against the measure of a pure man. That is how you must prepare yourself for the sweet embrace of oblivion. You see, he turns and he looks at you. I have done you wrong. And me and those of mine, the Oblivion, shall always offer you hearth or home if you are in danger. I have much to think upon, as do I think we all. Go home, hug your children, feed their bellies with what little morsels you can pry from the earth, and join me tomorrow in the central city of Saleh, where we can bask in the coming of oblivion. And with that, you see his eye, and he disappears.
Ooh.
The crowd looks around, looks at you. You see they feel like they've slighted you somehow in their aggression toward you. They turn their eyes down. They consider the lesson of Tarnuk the All-Eye, and they begin returning and allowing the progression through the gates. You see the guards of Cordeaux had gathered. Tarnuk is a powerful man and seen by many, but this close to the gates of Cordeaux, it could have got ugly. You see the strength of Enra in this moment has kind of helped smooth the tension that was bubbling outside the gates.
Speaking of bubbling.
Oh, yes.
Oh my.
Let's see here. We got a little time to go in there.
yeah.
The bumbling is about 2/3 rumble now. If you had to measure how much your Tums rum, you're about 2/3 rum bummed.
I
right
feel
now.
more excited.
Yeah, you're getting like a little hiccup. I did that. I just did it. Sorry. You're getting like a little hiccup in your stomach. Like something's up, something's weird, but there are some medications around. You guys are considering your options at this point. One of the guards comes up to you. You see he walks up almost to Mark, just like by nature. Is like, yes, you're probably the guy in charge of this group. And he walks up and he's like, oh, yes, Mr. Ivrecular, welcome back to Cordeaux. The gates will, of course, open for all of those who hold an invitation. Have you festooned yourself towards one?
Oh, of course. We wouldn't come to a party without an invitation.
No.
Isn't that right, my dear friends?
We have, yes, I believe we all have the invitation that you require.
Yes, it's good to have them.
He takes yours, Jake, looks over it. Oh, yes, both of you, sir. Yes, please. Thank you. Yes, oh, very good. Just puts these little glasses on the edge of his nose and is looking. And you, little friend, yes. Mark.
Gerald! Are we doing this again, really?
I can smell your ink on this paper.
You don't know the stink of my ink, Gerald, no matter how much you insist you do.
Ooh, is your friend all right?
If we could move this along, Gerald, really, I believe a lavatory would be very beneficial to my dear friend here.
Of course, yes. It is strange. When I hold this pastak in my hand, it feels heavy, but this hand feels so light.
I flick my invitation into.
He looks
Like-
back. Just give me some fucking gold. Come on. Give me,
So you have to be very clear.
Which hand felt a little lighter?
this one here, the one closest to you.
Right. You like the stink of that ink, Gerald?
I do. Open the gates for our gods, sir. Let them through. And you see the gates open. Some of the gathered masses that were watching this thing go down have realized, well, we're not really allowed in there, so they're backing off. And you see carriages and other high noble people from the regions all around the Kush Kingdoms are coming to the Aglethor Mansion. As you approach the grand gates of the Aglethor Mansion, a stunning sight awaits you. The lush green gardens bursting with vibrant blooms surrounding the sprawling estate. Immaculate lawns adorned with fountains that shimmer in the golden light of the setting sun. The mansion itself is a marvel of opulence and grandeur. Its towering walls are made from the finest marble, polished to a high shine, reflecting the vivid hues of the sunset. The grand entrance is framed by massive columns, intricately carved with intricate designs that speak of the family's proud heritage. You see this large mansion sitting before you, it's hard not to just recall being in the shit-soaked streets of Poupée, and you just see this lavish 3-story building set out before you. Socialites bumping you as you go, people, hello, good evening, yes, as they all kind of head toward the big gates opened at the front of the mansion. What do you do?
Would have looked better with 4.
Such a nice
Killer callback.
I already feel bad for
You're looking for a hole.
On that,
I just want to go in the backyard.
When you get to that point where you're like, I have a decision to make.
where you are wet, you are just dripping with sweat, and like the shivers are happening, and you're just.
Your boy's looking pretty bad right now. Yeah.
Well then, yes, let us find the shit
Wait.
house for you.
I feel a little sweat on my forehead. This is very exciting.
Oh, yes. you are experiencing
Just a little, right
how
here.
they say
One
food-
beat.
I understand how you feel now.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's it.
oh,
I get it. I get it.
I get it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, shall we go inside and find whoever is the keeper of the house that is, or whoever is announcing people?
Yes,
These
absolutely.
parties, I'm pretty familiar with these kind of parties. Now that I am aware of what kind of place we are in, I'm going to have some Pickles Ennui fun, okay? So where is the shit house?
That was a lot all at once. I just want to say. So yes, the grand entrance is there's a big extravagant foyer just beyond the doors. It's a masterpiece of elegance and luxury with crystal chandeliers that glitter overhead, creating a warm and a golden glow over everything in the room. The walls are all adorned with priceless paintings and tapestries, each one telling a story of an Aglethor family member past. This celebration is to remember all of the great Aglethors that have served the kingdoms in this time. And just beyond this foyer is this big, elaborate dining area with giant tables and glistening silverware. And as people are gathering, the smell of food in the air, not corrupted rat food or mealworms that have been mashed into whatever sandwich that you had, the street meat that the poor of Poupée scouted for. The aristocracy of Cordeaux seems to be holding the good stuff for themselves. You see large pheasants cooking, you smell sugared plums boiling in large pots. The fresh baked bread is in the air. And for a kingdom that's starving 50 feet away, you can't help but feel that separation between this type of extravagance and what you have seen people are forced to endure. But you have made it. You see there is a man calling out people as they come in. It's kind of like a crier of folks like, yes, the Lord. Here we go. How about I use a real name rather than just like,
Yeah.
sorry.
Make it easy on yourself,
I'm
buddy.
gonna be good
You're
to myself.
working too hard.
So you see standing before you somebody that Lucian, you would be familiar with. His name is Captain Elios Broussard. He's a captain for the House of the Stag. He's a well-respected man, and he's actually the head of this group that you've been interested in, the Restless Watch. So he is the one that applies these strange rituals to these men that volunteer to bind their living essence with a wandering spirit so that they can be camouflaged from the unresting in the woods that lie beyond the city. So they trade their humanity, in effect. They're a sight to be around. They're very sullen, and the aura of death permeates around them. But Elios Broussard is the in-between between the fancy world of parties and that kind of perilous mission. He is the one that must save face and represent the Restless Watch at parties, while they are doing really savage and horrible work out in the woods. So you see Captain Elios Broussard, he's kind of standing there. He offers his presentation, and the crier calls out, Captain Elios Broussard, I, gentlemen, Lord Captain of the House of the Stag, then you hear a couple people boom, boom, which is a thing they do in the house of the step. And so you can kind of like real quickly by gauging the room, like the people that did that are connected with the house of the step. And it's about a third of the room. Far less represented is the cast of the octopus. You guys have come in on Mashamali's pretext, as well as you see there's this group of like sticking out like a sore thumb mercenaries. They're just like in normal armor, no fancy clothes. You see they're all kind of just like looking around, like kind of poking fun at the extravagance that's surrounding them. You see them eyeballing like expensive paintings and statues, and their eyes are glistening at the thought of how much value there is around them. And it's like, that's those octopuses, it's like they don't really fit into this. There's maybe, an eighth of the number of the people in this room represent the cast of the octopus, and the far rest of them, the people of Cordeaux, with extravagant black and purple dresses, get walking around the room. You are with, yes, by virtue of Mash's invitation. Yes.
We're part of that.
Yes. And so, you see as you guys kind of, Captain Leos Broussard nods. He seems seemingly well respected, you see, and he's a bit of a strong
When we
man.
get to the announcing guy,
Yes.
When we get to the announcing guy, can I be like, oh, we are called the helping committee.
You see, he's like, the helping, the what?
The
was that?
helping committee.
was that?
The helping committee.
How do you pronounce that?
The
Is it,
helping.
how much gold is in that? How much-
Oh, I don't know. How much gold do you want? Nothing means anything to me. I'm just a bear.
You just spit a coin out of your mouth.
Yeah, I'm like, I know. It comes out of like the stitching. I'm like,
What's this behind your ear?
You see, he's like,
A gold,
yes,
yeah.
The helping, the helping?
helping.
Helping?
It's a H.
Oh, wait, is it
You
P-
say helping committee.
Helping, yes.
Helping.
The
Thank
helping.
you for helping me.
Helping.
Gathered gentlemen and gentlelady, the esteemed representatives of the House of the Octopus, the helping committee.
That'll do it.
You see everybody turns their drinks in their hand. They're all taking in this sight. A blood hunter, an order now lost and forgotten. Necromancer Mark, Enra the Celestial, and Pickles Ennui.
Can I invite my +1 and snap a skeleton?
You see a ring that sits on his finger glistens as he casts the spell to summon your thrall. You get 2, don't you? I think it's 2, yeah, because you're a necromancer. So you have like a little bit of bone dust and you just sprinkle it on the ground, and then the ring on your finger shines, and you see 2 bow ties materialize, and then skeletons grow into them.
Skelly boys.
You see 2 fancy skeletons.
I love them. Skelly boys.
Very nice.
The room. Ooh, yeah, quite impressed.
And then I've had my wings back, so it looks like a cape. And so I nod to Mark, and then I flick my wings open.
You hear the crowd, oh, as the tassels of the dress, weaved specifically for you, billow in the winds that seemingly brush through the room at just at the right moment. You see everybody struck back, a celestial one from above. Ooh. You see the crowd kind of gathering around you.
I love that we have that.
That's so good.
Thanks,
She's
Sirenscape.
cute. Oh. Oh.
So yes, you see with kind of bated breath, the party is anticipating you as the food is set behind you. The festivities are near to begin. But now all eyes are on you guys. What do you do? Drew,
Yeah.
you do what you do, and about 11 do.
Can I then lean over to the guy that was announcing us and go, where is the water closet?
He's like, the bathroom! Requests from the House of the Octopus, of course! And the whole crowd's like, of course they have to shit already, they smell that. And just like the crowd is like, he just used that opportunity to make fun of you in front of everybody.
Pickles is
Just like that.
yeah, it's so
poop
funny. We
everywhere.
have to poop.
Yeah, it's no fun to make fun of somebody that just goes with it. So he's like, oh, it's
The skeletons do like that. The rattly jaws.
yes, I apologize. Yes,
What's
the bath.
cooler than being cool? Ice cold.
Ice cool.
So just.
All right.
Yeah, all
Okay.
right.
All right, so you see he's like, the facilities are, of course, out of the sign. Kind of like gestures like you would go down that hallway around the back there.
It's actually for me.
So wait, question.
Oh, the horses are outside. That's where the
No,
soft buckets for
question, but I will tell you this. Does your plumbing work the way like other castles work, where it's like, it's just a hole in the thing, it goes all the way down?
Delightful, isn't it?
It's a beautiful wonder of man. I will tell you, I have a feeling that he is going to have to take one major Dumbaruni.
It's quite a fall. There's a lot.
Have you ever eaten street food in Pompeii?
No.
See, yeah, he
Got
took.
this sandwich, bro.
He took.
It's actually pretty good. You should try it.
All right, make a deception check. Somebody.
Oh no!
What do I have to roll?
A D20 and then add your deception modifier.
Okay, that would
You have a pretty good one because you're a rogue.
Okay, so that's a 9
Nice.
plus
9 plus.
And then deception will be over here.
Deception.
Oh, wait, deception,
5.
sorry.
9 plus 5.
9.
14.
Are we all playing a fully game?
Yeah, sure.
10.
Everybody
I
gang
got
up on
10.
this guy. Be like,
Oh,
have
yeah,
the
this
sandwich.
is
Eat the
funny.
sandwich. It's fine. The sandwich is great. Don't worry about the sandwich.
Yeah, they
As I'm
wanna.
sitting there
I wanna
pale and
see.
sweating, like, this sandwich is so good, man.
So good. So good.
11
You're gonna be
plus.
happy.
What am I?
Happy
Deception.
tonight.
0. I got an 11.
Okay,
I
so
got a 21.
The only guy that didn't.
so you see he's like backing up. It's like the sandwich is good. The sandwich is good. The sandwich is good. And he's like, come on, Mark, is the sandwich good? And you're like, this little skeletons like pop up next to him.
Should tell him.
All right, but I'll remember you said that. And he grabs the sandwich and he eats it, and his own 1 hour timer begins.
Well, so what I am
Oh,
saying is
revenge will be so
he
sweet.
may need a space that is not on the ground floor. Like if he's going to be in there for a while, I believe that they will say everyone in the whole room will begin talking about how somebody clogged their toilets early on.
Yeah, I
We
want
don't
to
stink up their parties.
Oh,
so
yes.
if your plumbing works like that, maybe you want him like
Well,
Yeah.
there is.
the second or
third floor, maybe.
No, Lord Davos has declared the third floor is to stay away
Well,
from
of
no
course.
loud
Well, you
noise.
don't want this to end up in the blog now, do you? I mean, being unkind to a guest of your party.
Invited guests to Corridor are treated with the utmost respect. I assure you, on the second floor is where most of the guards are stationed. They do have their own lavatory. You would be welcome to
Is
use.
this a guard? This is a guest, an invited guest.
Look, I got a bolo tie.
He is wearing a tie. This is kind of a big deal.
It's very big.
It's like, all right, well, you gave me a sandwich, so here. You see, he pulls out a little key and he hands it over to you.
I don't understand what I'm doing.
He's like, or no, he just hands it to a skeleton. He's like, here. He's like, when you go upstairs, go to the right, down to the end of the room. There is a locked door there. In, out, and bring me that key.
Got it.
Will do.
Down the hall, last door on the right. Bring it. You and
Yes.
I got it.
But do not draw any attention to yourselves.
Guy,
No other guests
That's
are
fine.
allowed upstairs.
Look at us. Why would we draw attention?
think I want anyone
Yeah,
else
I-
to know about this?
You did,
Just
I
announce
just
it to the
flared
entire
dramatically.
floor. I know.
We have to. It's part of the party.
7 minutes until this man's bubbles run.
Oh God.
Oblivion. That's Oblivion, dude. Oblivion's coming.
Enjoy that sandwich.
All right, so yes, you see he has through your, you guys have kind of gave him a sandwich that is actually his doom, unfortunately, and as such, in response for such lovely treatment, you guys now have a key to a secret private bathroom on the second floor.
Just treated him how he should be deserved to be treated.
Oh, yes.
So who's going to get to use the secret bathroom? And who's going to shit in the guards' quarters? He just
I would say you go to the second floor. I'm gonna go to the guards' quarters because they just expect guards to do that.
I'm going to the second floor. Who's going?
Oh, I'm sorry. Just to
Which one?
clarify, the guards. There's also a guards bathroom on the second
Oh,
floor,
Oh,
second
I'm sorry. I
floor,
thought that was.
but there would be far
There's just
more
two
people around.
bathrooms, yeah.
those
You're going to the secret one. With
Yes,
the
there's
key.
2 and 1 is.
You want me to go to the one thing? You don't want the secret bathroom.
You're sneaky.
Ah, but you're going to be so much louder than me. Are you
That's why
sure
I'm
you don't
gonna
want
go
the
to I want to
secret
distract the
bathroom?
guards with my bowel movement.
They're
I don't want to, but it's going to happen.
That
in
is
6
so
minutes.
creative.
So.
Way to use a thing, I
I
like
like
that.
that. That is
Yeah.
I've been with many an entourage, and they tend to go to the bathroom together. Should we all?
Oh, yes.
You know, we really should all go together.
The Bardi system.
As a lady, I agree. We should all go together. I would feel much better.
Okay,
I'll just guard the door. It's fine.
are you sneaking or are you just going?
I was given permission to go, right?
You were from
We
the
can just go, but we all don't have to go at the same
Right.
time.
Absolutely.
I'm just gonna be as discreet as I can and just hold my asshole as I run down the hallway.
You see everybody is immediately drawn to this display. Again, the Blood Hunter being the only one, him grabbing his pants and running across through the group. You see people like, oh my, they're like wafting away as this peril bubbles from his face. Your sweat just dripping down.
Can my silly boys distract them with a little?
Yes, absolutely.
Putting on the shits.
Yeah, you listen to kind of the music
Rattle them
around.
bones.
You see your skeleton start doing a little dance. You know it's always a hit at parties, Mark. And people are like, oh yes, oh God, undead. It's so fascinating, the occult I find. You know, and the group kind of hubbalubs. And you see some of the other key figures, you know, walking around the room. Davos, actually, Davos Aglthor, the claimed bastard son of the king, should have been next in line, but the king long stated that his son was not his own. And so he directly said that he is not the heir to the throne of Cordeaux.
Yeah, I'd like to take, since I'm here and I didn't need a sandwich. I'm gonna take a moment to shove the whatever it was just around on my fur. I want to take a stroll about and take a look at the place and see if like any of this is like by, I don't know. I guess I don't know if I would recognize anybody or like investigate. Just kind of take a look at like what everybody is, and maybe it's like Mark doing the like Ocean's 11, like now this guy does this, do, like you know this
Yeah,
like.
you know, at this point you are like fully aware of everything going around. The skeletons are like,
Everyone's like,
and so the skeletons are dancing. Everybody's distracted, and yeah, Mark, it's like you're kind of aware of everything that's going on here. You see Styx, you know, the daughter of the king, who should be the de facto ruler of this kingdom, but she has cast off that obligation. The townsfolk have come up with a rather cruel moniker for her, the Bride of Sorrow. Like if she had wed, she could solve so many of the problems in this power vacuum right now. But she is so attached to her sadness that she just has collapsed in on herself. You see her, you know, in a black dress, black mourning veil hanging down, a high black crown that sits. You see she's not holding the raven scepter, kind of the thing that declares, you know, leadership of the house. But you see her, you know, this kind of soft, pale white emanating around her as she, you know, nods at people and passers-by, but seems bereft with her own sadness. You know, you can feel the vibe of the room. Some people are calling her out as like, why doesn't she do anything? She just sits there and cries. You know, and then you hear other people like, well, you imagine if your father was killed and being thrust into the spite, like trying to hold all of this together. You know, you hear kind of the popular opinions of what's going on. You see Davos sulking in the corner. You know, he's seemingly like not even trying to hide how upset he is at this gathering as people talk
like,
about the greats.
Dad, I mean, I know he's a bastard, but his dad died.
Yes.
Like, you know,
he's having a hard time.
It's a real bummeroony. Yeah, it's quite a bummeroony. I don't know.
And
like,
yeah, so you see, and then because of how distracted and distraught these two leaders, you know, kind of seemingly the hosts of this party are, people from their families are stepping in. You know, you see like the aunts and the cousins are kind of guiding the party. The feast is about to begin where everybody has the right of first bite, where you like connect through food with the memory of the fallen Aglthors and all they've sacrificed. You know, the kind of ballroom music is like the band is getting ready to play for the great dance number, and the feast is going to begin. So that's kind of, you know, you look around, Elios Broussard, the Unresting Watch, you know, some of that we've already discussed. But as far as like key figures in the room around you right now, those are some of the big players in the room.
Cool. Okay. So, for mission.
In 1 minute and 15 seconds to explain what you guys are gonna do.
Okay, well, he's going up to the bathroom.
Okay.
She's gonna need one. I've taken a look around the room, but I don't want to waste any more of the minute.
I want to use one of my sonic powers, Psychic Whisper, with Mark and Pickles.
Yes.
I'll pause it. Go for it. What's your message?
Okay, guys. So
Rally.
I want you.
Sorry, I'm not used to having a voice in my head. This is very different.
Sorry. Hi, hello.
Hi, hello.
It's Enra.
Whoa, Enya!
Enra.
Silhouette.
Hello.
Enra. Pay attention.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go up to this restroom, and you guys are gonna be down here on the floor. Now, if anything wild happens, I won't make any noises back, obviously, in case, you know, I don't want you to get scarred for life. But if you hear anything, I'm all ears. So please, don't be afraid to whisper back if there's something wild that you need to share. I am but a whisper away in your mind.
Enjoy.
Okay, I'm gonna go now.
How does this work? Does this
you're
response
doing
count
it.
as our response?
Yes.
Yeah, you just talk to me.
Is this one of those situations where if I ask you, can I ask you a question? Is that the question
Yes,
that I
but-
asked? Oh,
Shoot.
Yeah, wait, yes.
How long does it?
enjoy your pooping.
I will.
Be saved.
And then you'll be saved. Just shit that, and then you'll be thin. All right. So here we go. It's time. You have 1 minute. You know, Lucian, you've managed to get yourself to the bottom of the steps. The prospect of separating your feet enough to go up each of those steps more daunting and weighing ever on your mind. The party is now preparing as they bring the feast, and you see the bards start strumming along on their instruments, and the dances begin. You know, if there's a moment where the focus isn't around, it's now. You know, Lucian, you run up the stairs. You see a bunch of guards turn and look at you. You there? What are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. No, what? I'm not.
He needs to. Let him go. Let him through. Let him.
I'm chilling.
Right over there, bro.
Thanks.
Oh my God.
Thanks.
Street meat.
Thanks, bro.
Street meat.
I'm good. Yeah.
That's street meat.
Fucking 100% rat ass.
It's street meat.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. He did it. You know, and as you hear this loud clamor as Lucian, heads his way toward the guard's bathroom, you kind of pop your head around the corner and you notice that your lane is clear. You have access to your own location. So Enra, you've got the key with you as well, so that you have the ability to go utilize that room as well.
He gave me the worst gigs because it was so descriptive. Like then the band starts playing.
We've all been there, right?
It's dramatic.
So Mark and Pickles, what are you doing as this is occurring?
As all of this is occurring, I want to approach the. Oh God, the sad lady.
Sticks.
Yes. Yeah, I would like to approach her and I want to ask her if she has nightmares. Just put him. Not yet. I'm just telling you this is what I'm going for. So give me a second. Let me land there. Let me land there. I'm circling it. I'm gonna get there. So she's sitting and I approach her and I go, bonjour.
Hello.
I have. What?
Are you a Cuddleforged?
Oui. Are you a Cuddleforged?
No.
Okay, I did not know.
Hear the blog, like that bitch asked her if she was a Cuddleforged.
Publish. I don't know. I'm kind of new to knowing that there are more than just me and my friend
You see,
Brian.
she smiles at the prospect. She's not like, are you a fucking Cuddleforged? I swear to God, I told you never to come back here, Pickles on me. Shit, coward.
Yeah. Brandon's like, roll for initiative. I'm like, fuck.
With me, I'm fighting you, Brent. We're fighting.
So mad.
All right, so you see, she looks down, she smiles, and almost as if she's traveling back to a happier time. She says, I had a Cuddleforged of my own, forged by the Lord himself.
I am actually looking for the Lord. I am from very far away, and I heard that he is here, so I wanted to,
He has a workshop in Poupée.
Oui, I got to visit it, but he is not there.
Yes, people often just disappear.
They really do. But you know what is interesting about that is like, people can come and go, but you can still be you, like throughout all of that, I guess. I feel like I have a lot of people come in and out of my life that are very important to me, but I get to still be me at the end of that day, and there's nothing wrong with that either.
See a lightness crosses her face. Some peach returns to her cheeks.
I got it.
I already called dibs.
She regards you with kind will. I believe the Lord may have done his finest works with you, little bear. You speak wise. Lessons I should have known. But are you the you of your dreams, Pickles? Or are you who they say you are?
Do you have bad dreams?
Yes. When I sleep, I'm plagued by them.
What happened to your Cuddleforged?
It thought it had completed its journey. That my nightmares were past. It disappeared. I suppose I could have still used it.
Well, perhaps our paths have crossed for a reason. Maybe not for right now, but who knows? My name is Pickles Ennui.
I'm Styx. It was a pleasure to meet you, Pickles.
Likewise. And then Pickles wants to leave a little hand out to do a little kiss on the hand.
She.
little bear kiss.
No.
Yeah. Little boop.
boop.
It's like she gets to boop him,
I was
yeah.
gonna say it's a boop.
You see, she's kind of in a moment where she's in herself. She's in her own mind and her own thoughts. And you actually see, like I said, some of the peach returns to her cheeks, and there's a life, there's an idea of happiness that maybe she hadn't thought of in a long time. And you see the moment, past you and her, she takes her hand back and she returns almost to her role in the room. And you watch as like her eyes wash over all that she is responsible for. And you see the peach fade in her cheeks again. And that it is this sorrow that lingers over her, this obligation she has, and whatever her thoughts are in this situation. It is that is almost haunting her right now. And you know that is a pretty standard trick of a hag. Like, they feed you with nightmares that build you into this feeling about yourself, and once it consumes you, they act upon that instinct and can consume your soul.
Hagafoot. Okay. Well, hags be ruining everything up in this place.
But yes, so
Beautiful
her
lady,
sadness
okay.
is, yes, she's in a very sad situation,
There's
but
something
it
else
does
coming out.
appear that something is taking advantage of that
Ugh,
opportunity.
okay. Cool. Well, all right. I'm gonna be really fun and like flourish my little cape and like be like, yes, thank you, and kiss him on those, be like, whoosh, and like, yeah.
Cloud of
Turn
sense
around,
of
yeah.
smoke.
Yeah.
Heat trip.
Yeah. I guess I'm just trying to like gauge everybody in the room while these guys are pooping it up on Main
Yeah,
Street.
so you hear
But-
there's a loud noise just that blasts through the arena as the great crashing cymbal luckily crashes in the song that everybody's dancing to.
and
You know
screaming
that
at the same
the
time.
unfortunate time has come.
Yeah.
Lucian.
But also, I imagine during this, like, Mark is probably walking me around and pointing each person out. Oh my god.
Yes.
And like so during this, like, and it's to the music, and like he's like, and this person, like, crash, ah! Like, yeah. It's just,
Yeah, you all kind of turn and look.
Yeah.
So yes, we go to the second floor as you hear like a groaning group of guards just like, oh man, we've been there before, bro. Oh. They're kind of sitting around just sharpening their little rapiers and stuff. These are swarthy fellows, like they're used to slaps in the face with gloves and duels and stuff. So even as guards, they're kind of prissy. They're like polishing their shoe leather and everything right now
I love
for a
them.
reveal later on. You feel kindred souls that have endured similar suffering to you, Thoricus, and unfortunately, with this poor, you are going to take Lucian. Oh, Thor! I did it. I called
Sorry,
him Thoricus.
it happened.
That's gonna happen.
Digby.
First one.
Digby, Drew, Gary, shit.
First one.
First one. Ladders up to that. But
We're smoking to Thor.
you are, unfortunately, Lucian Le'More, the Wolf of Love. You are inflicted with a point of fatigue. So you get disadvantage on your skill checks. All right. From down that very hallway, you see a peculiar door open. The key you still have in your possession as you come out. Having not eaten 5 sandwiches and you guys kind of offsetting it with a little bit of the available medicines, you come out without the fatigue. But go ahead and lose 1 hit point. just take 1 away from your
Her
HP
brain's
there.
out.
So, we'll leave the true nature of the epic battle that just occurred for each of you individually to the minds of the observers.
Right in the back.
Yes.
Great bards will speak of it and sing songs in echoless caverns that replicate the sloppy pedigree of this experience for you both. And,
All the way to the upper deck of the toilet.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. You stop because you start getting lifted.
Yeah.
And it's like you're on the second
Too
floor.
high.
That's
Yeah.
that.
Too high.
You could not take that back. We did that.
You know what they say? The higher the poops.
That's what they say. That's all they say.
You're right. You're right about that.
That's what they say.
That is what they say.
All right.
So,
So, you guys kind of see, you look down the stairs, and standing at the bottom of the stairs are both Mark and Pickles, having, perused the room, kind of pointing out some of the people you may know. Again, with Mark, there's always like, if you look at the shot, there's always some guy on the other side of the room that's like, wait a minute. That's Mark. That guy fucking. And he starts like pushing his way through the crowd, but you just like flow through the social scene so well that he gets to the other side of the room and he's like, and he like walks off. But yeah, there's like some people that like want to have a word with you, sir. But yes, now the dances is over. The food is being set down on the tables. If there's a more distracting moment to be had, it's hard to find as food in short demand is laid in front of everybody to have their bite of. You guys are kind of reformed. What do you do?
I love that Pickles is always like just attached to some fucking weirdo with white skin and a big hair, like
Sad white lady.
yes. I think Pickles is very taken with Mark because Mark is like giving him big Dickens energy, and he's just like he's got that BDE, and like Pickles is just like. I like you.
Digging this.
This is exciting.
Yeah.
These people are very weird and I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys absolutely, like, if you're looking around for, like, themes of groups at this party, it's like, oh, and then there's, like, who the fuck are those guys?
The weird
and they're, like,
Peter Pans,
octopus
yeah.
people dressed super nicely. Like, it's just a fantastic little aura to be in. But you do see as, like, the masses of this event start gathering to pay homage. They will take a bite of food and then kneel before one of these tapestries or busts all along the wall and pay homage to the Aglethor. You can tell people are doing this pretty sincerely. The Aglethors have, by and large, even though they're kind of snooty, but they have, by and large, been the strongest part of the web that's held all this together. And so you see as everybody kind of becomes a little focused on the ritual of it all as they take their bite of pheasant or sugared plum and then kneel in front of the tapestries, you guys kind of have like a moment where like they're not all looking at you like they have been. So, you've got, there's some guards on the second floor. You've seen them. They're
I was going to
familiar
say,
with you now.
on my way back from doing the business, I probably would have done some reconnaissance.
Yeah, you see, like one of the dudes just hands you like some water. Just as like, bro, have a little.
Hydrate.
Hydrate.
Just
Make sure
pour
you
it on my
hydrate.
head.
Always. Pour a little down the back of your
Right.
pants. There we go. All right. And through this kind of ruse that you've established, they're comfortable with you being around. Now, you notice there are many hallways to the second floor. This mansion is very large. They do have their eyes on the comings and goings of the people coming up. So, it's at this point, you don't have to have come back. You could still be down the hallway in the little private restroom facility. Like, that's fine. Like, feel free to use this moment to kind of figure out how you want to go about this. But there are staircases that lead up to the third floor where the king's bedroom is supposedly where they found him dead.
Is there like any chance like the guards would do like a dueling thing or something to like distract them long enough for us to find where we want to go upstairs?
That's very the way of Cordeaux. Like
Okay.
it's like all these dudes, they're kind of eager.
Skeleton fight! Skeleton fight!
Duels
Money.
like there's a pride and a bravado to the guards of this area, and they are if you slap them with a glove, you're gonna have a duel.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
Do we still have whisper talk with?
Yeah, it lasts for hours, doesn't it? It's a number of
actually, I
hours.
was reading. I was supposed to roll a 1d8 to see how long.
We'll do it.
Here we go.
Roll.
3.
So 3 hours.
Yeah.
He was on the can for probably like 2.5. What? I'm kidding.
Wow.
Another year passed.
Yeah.
Of course I went to the
Another
Fey
king
toilet.
murder.
Oh,
The town crier was like, the festival is about to begin.
Yeah. 1 year later.
Revenge of the Sandwich.
So yes, the festival's going. The guards are kept where they are on purpose. Like they're not taking part in this festivity, which is a little bit of an insult to them as far as the esteem of the event. But it is like, remember, and just in case it got glossed over, it was Davos Aglethor specifically that said that no one would be admitted to the third floor. So it's like rules from Davos, so nobody goes up there.
Maybe we talk to Davos. Or we just sneak up there.
Well, I was gonna say, all we got to do is get the guards out of there, like down to where everyone else is, and then get up there. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Or just keep him busy with a duel or something. That sounded good. I like that.
Yeah, you guys tell me.
Let's do that.
I don't know how to whisper back, but taking a sip from a glass just to
It amplifies it.
Why did I decide to talk into this?
Pass down. Mark,
Can you hear me?
Mark, I can hear you fine.
All right. Is there any sort of passage in that secret bathroom
Oh,
that goes up, like a vent or something?
I was preoccupied, but I'll look now.
You're like,
Fair enough.
and then you go in. Give me an investigation check. D20 plus your investigation modifier.
D20. 11 plus what'd you say?
Investigation.
Investigation is 8.
Oh, nice. So 19.
19.
You, as is wont in these fancier places, you kind of look around, your roguish training kicking in. There's a part of you that's like, don't steal anything right now. I'm just trying to, you look, and then sure as shooting in a place like this, you go and you're like, you grab a little candelabra, this gilded candelabra on the wall, and you turn it, and this little hatch door opens.
What a fun bathroom.
Yeah.
I totally went to the wrong bathroom.
I'm going out the trapdoor, guys. I'm sorry.
I'm just having a bad day. I went to the wrong bathroom too.
You had the key in your
I
hand.
know. I gave you.
You gave it to me.
So yes, you have this awareness that up around, remember, it's like there's the guards, you kind of have to go down that hallway. Lucian distracting you before allowed you to do that. So you're in there. There is a hatchway that'll allow you kind of into the backwards networks behind bookshelves and into bedrooms.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk.
But I'm not in on this little
You're not, I'm so
conversation.
sorry.
No,
I was
it's
nervous
fine.
about the pooping, so I didn't.
You were nervous.
Give it to you.
I had to run down the hallway grabbing my ass.
Oh God, he didn't know how to turn it off.
But you made friends along the way.
You know what? Yeah, the real shit was the
And
friends
that's
we
why
made
you
along
went
the way.
there, Yes.
There's a little diarrhea river in us all.
Doing your part. Pickles, are you there too? Pickles? Pickles. Hi, hello. Okay, so I have Mark and Pickles. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you
Yes,
hear me
yes,
good?
yes.
Well, okay. So I pulled a candelabra and there is a passageway in here.
Oh, hell let's go.
Hell we.
Well, you have a better eye than I do. Do you think you'd be able to sneak up here, past the guards?
I think we can make something work.
we
Did
can
I
make
notice
something.
Pickles' interaction with sticks,
Oh, yeah.
surveying the room?
Yeah.
Okay. My dear Pickles, I'd like to introduce you to someone very dear, Davos Agleforth? Agleforth. My dear boy, I'm so sorry about your father.
I'm very sad to hear about his passing. I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
Loss has left a crevasse in all of our hearts, and I'm deeply sorry.
It is unfortunate. I wish things were not as they were.
You see, he kind of glowers at his sister. Please, enjoy the festival. It is about the joy of remembrance, not the suffering of it. Today we celebrate the fallen Agleforths that fought so hard for what they loved when they were given the opportunity.
Indeed, they fight mighty hard. How about we introduce some revelry to this party while everyone dines? Show the gods, show what they can really do, show off their skills against these two. My dear entourage, Cool Ranch and Nacho Cheese. You see, I name my skeletons after... I give them cute nicknames because nobody wants to think that could be my uncle or that could be my daughter. So I find that giving them
Cool Ranch.
little pet names
And
seems
nacho
to
cheese.
ease the room.
Cheese.
Those are great.
See,
names.
sorry, that rocked me. You see,
I love
Davos
it.
is kind of like the fight, the display, something to get the energy moving in this room. I feel like we're in a crypt.
Right?
You know what? You're right.
It is a celebration of life in what your father gave and what you will give to the future of this kingdom.
Exactly. Well said.
They are
You are right.
good at talking.
Gentlemen, she claps. It's the guard order upstairs. His personal guard that he's set on the second floor.
Where are you guys going?
Come down the stairs.
They're chilling. They were gonna go get a burrito after this.
They come down the stairs, and you see they start looking around. The first are we fighting or something? And you see he's like,
We kissing? Are we
People-
kissing? Are we kissing?
I don't want to go down
Are we
there.
kissing? Are we fighting?
Party sucks, guys.
children of the kingdoms, enjoy this
entertainment. This feast is about remembrance, not solemnity. The wishes of the House of the Raven upon you. So he grabs a glass and kind of raises it up for a toast. And you see Cool Ranch and Nacho Cheese kind of like people like clear out and start making a circle around them.
Open this
And then like all the guards and everything start like, all right, I want to go. No, I'm going to fight him. I'm going to fight. Should we do 2-on-2? Should we fight him as a group? And they're just kind of setting the stage.
Glad I came downstairs.
Enra, you're kind of like looking out the door. You see it's like this event has kind of got the people that are supposed to be watching this area to run downstairs. So the coast is kind of clear. What do you do?
Oh, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go do this. Let's go do this thing. I'm gonna sneak in here.
Am I gonna run past these guys and be like, where are you guys going? There's this fucking skeleton fight. What? Where are you going?
Lulu, we're going into the
Fucking skeleton.
There's a secret bathroom passage.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, wait.
Well, let's go do that.
That's me stopping him at the base of the like he was running out too. And I'm like, get the fuck, go upstairs.
Put this way.
No,
Paws on his knees, just like, no.
The
skeleton
is
fight.
being picked up.
Are you guys talking? I don't even hear. I'm not hearing you.
Did I forget? Oh, was there an earpiece or something? Did I forget an earpiece?
You didn't
Sorry.
get targeted. You were pooping.
Oh, guys,
all
don't
right.
forget to get Lucy.
So at this moment, we kind of the camera shoots around the room. You see the crier at the opening of the door is suddenly like standing there like in dire straits, sweat running down his face.
I'm tired.
He turns away and isn't observing his post. As you see the guards like, all right, I'm gonna do this one, and one of the skeletons just like whack, one hitter quitters him.
Oh!
He falls to the
Whoa!
ground. A
Yeah.
couple dudes, a couple more
giving
guards.
him the
It starts
3
becoming
Ds,
an
yeah.
event, but you've got your distraction. You get the note from Enra. Anybody that wants to go upstairs, you guys going as a group, or what are you doing? Are you coming with? You see the skeletons that can hold it down. They're pretty strong because of the fact that you are a real necromancer. So yours get imbued with a little additional strength. And so they do, they dust off a couple of them, but they'll eventually just get turned into bone dust by this group of guys. You hear the crowd, the energy of the room is elevated. You see Davos seemingly enjoying himself a little more, whereas Styx is almost like liking it even less. And you can feel like the warm and the cool tones on either side of the room. But you run into up the stairs and into this area. You see, Enra's got these secret passageways leading to hallways beyond. What do you guys do?
Let's start opening drawers and
I
fucking
wanna
going through
see
files and shit.
What is beyond the passage?
You start kind of looking, there's these like little passages that wind through between the walls of the various, there's rooms all over. It's a huge mansion. And so, but you find yourself kind of popping out on the other side. There's like one of the doors opens and it's like a bookshelf that slides to the side. It's some of the regal bedrooms. It's not the king's in the 3rd floor, but this is where like Styx's bedroom and Davos's bedroom probably are.
These guys are alive. That feels very weird. I did not like going into.
Sorry.
Yeah. We should do a little like crime scene investigation.
You do see across the way, there is like one outside of the secret passages. There is another staircase that goes up to the 3rd floor.
Is there anyone around?
Make a perception check.
Okay, I can do that.
was gonna say.
Wow! Ooh, a 13 plus a 6.
Nice, 19.
19.
So 19, good enough. You're like looking around,
Good
you're like, wait a
enough.
minute. It's like, yes, these guards, this wouldn't be their only line of defense, Pickles. And you see, you kind of like blow your cigarette smoke, and it's like, lasers, bro. There's magical, it's called, the spell is alarm, but there is like literally a magical alarm on that staircase. You blow the smoke and it reveals it.
Nice.
Nice.
All right.
And that's where the stairs are, right?
That's the stairs
Got it.
going up. Yeah, there's like this like magical aura that's if broken. I mean, you could try to dispel or
I was gonna say,
work around.
Is there like an area past it?
Yeah.
On
they have
this
their-
staircase,
You have
no,
time?
but you don't know if there's other staircases.
Because say,
You have
because
wings. You just
Pickles
fly up there.
is
I
limber
refuse
as
to
hell, and
What?
yeah, Enra can fly.
Wait.
Did you all miss my speech that I gave to the people?
Hold on. But like.
I am not a dishonest person.
Going up laser stairs is not being dishonest.
I have said that I will not fly, as it is unfair to the people that I'm here to help.
I was gonna throw Pickles up the stairs.
throw
I was just
Pickles.
pointing out that you can fly.
We just
You're
were
very
saying that
observant.
you can fly to help a mission that's
And there's not
is
like anyone
life
who
or
would
death.
see you, so it's not like anyone would know.
I mean, I'm just saying it's life or
Not only
death.
not, but our word.
Well, there's that.
Well, listen,
God,
listen, sister. There will be no word of nothing
I
when
was-
everything is completely
Your
wiped out. So I'm
secret-
just
yeah.
saying, like, we just might want to manage our expectations and fly up to the second. Hold on. We are arguing. We are two friends. we are learning each other.
I didn't feel like that was an
If
argument.
there is a balcony, listen. If you do not want to fly, it's okay.
Thank you.
I could be thrown wherever
See?
you need to throw me.
You can probably just jump off walls and stuff,
I am
right?
a very
Like,
nimble little bear.
Oh, you hear some rabble rousing from below. They're like, he's got him in an armbar. Nacho cheese is crushing it.
Okay,
Oh.
we need to make sure his bones break at some point. So, okay.
Thank you.
Throw me up there, Mr. Man. Throw me up
we're
past
doing
the
that?
lasers.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Is Pickles light enough for a mage hand?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. That's very dangerous grounds to start walking on if I let
Okay.
you mage hand.
Yeah.
But actually, Mark, this is give me a Arcana check. So you see the magical nature of this trap.
Say maybe one of us
Let's see
can
if there was like a
turn it
button.
off.
Yeah.
Or like
We might- let's see if we can turn it off first.
Yeah.
11.
All right, so you kind of like go over to it, and you're like looking on the wall to see if there's like a recess or like some kind of thing. You know, you've just walked through secret passageways to get here already, and you know, you kind of put your body nearby, and you notice that as your body gets close, the lasers disappear. For some reason, this alarm spell doesn't seem to affect you.
You.
Lucky.
That's so good.
They're all looking upstairs.
This is such a dangerous tool we have now.
Yes.
So nothing. It doesn't. Because I mean, what would alarm do? Would that be like an?
It would
Like
be
we
a
would
very-
know.
Yeah, you know the spell. Like you are a wizard, so like you're very familiar with magic. Alarm specifically would be
Stone
this
Cold
huge,
intro?
loud, gong, or like it would be a loud sound designed to be as loud, and it's specifically an alarm. It's a way to be like, people are trying to get in here. It probably wouldn't be that. People are trying to get in here. I repeat, I am the spell alarm. People are trying to get in here.
I am an alarm spell, and people are trying to get in here.
Please don't. If you're eating, set your plates to the side.
No, I said no
can get-
outside food or drinks.
Yeah.
Guys,
People are trying to get in here.
I'm a real
sorry,
spell.
Okay.
You all notice this as well. You notice he's looking for like a switch to turn it off, and then like as he's moving past it, as he gets close to it, unlike you guys, the lasers kind of fade away.
That is pretty
Just you?
I
exciting.
like this idea.
Do you want to go up and catch me?
Would you like to meet up top?
I was gonna say, well, why don't you just go and see if there's a place that we can throw Pickles, because he doesn't get affected by it, right?
Right.
So yeah, go.
Or if there's a button on the other side.
Yeah, maybe a
that
button on the
needs
other
to-
side.
That turns it off.
We'll look for a button down here while you're doing that. You guys got the thing, so one of you got to tell me what's going on.
Oh. Maybe you
Proceed up
should
the
not
stairs.
have had such violent poops.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying I don't have the inner ear thing that you guys have. So
Because we were
I'll include you next time.
Well, I'm fine with not having it. You just gotta let me know what's going on.
I can tell you. We're here now.
That's what I'm saying. So we're,
I'll tell you with my mouth, not my brain.
yes.
How much time has passed? happened?
I think that dude's probably about to take a poop soon.
Yeah.
So it's been about an hour while
So-
you guys have kind of
okay,
done all these things.
so yeah, what happens when you get up to the top of them? They're stairs.
All right, Mark, you kind of like, are these lasers going to cut me in half? You kind of like step through and you realize that you're able to pass through, and that the lasers of the spell just reconnect behind you. You're kind of like standing there, looking at them on the other side of there, looking around for runes or sigils that may deactivate this magic, and you kind of start feeling this cold drafting wind from behind you. You feel it blowing from the one side to the other, and you watch as the images of Enra, Pickles, and Lucian dissolve into bits of sand.
Oh, no. I'm not feeling too
Start.
good, Captain.
Blowing past your head. You feel the cold clutch of undeath kind of calling from behind you. The cobblestone stairway that leads up to the king's chamber is now dark and damp. You feel this almost frozen wind. You're familiar with the tickle of death. It's that type of cold.
Is there a hag around?
You see reaching down from the top of the stairs is a single hand.
Man.
It just floats and beckons and reaches out to you. You feel the winds almost pushing on your back, but you are not forced. But in front of you is this floating spectral hand.
What does the hand look like? What does the hand do?
I can do this now. I can actually do it.
Wow, he's
Can I give it the Arcana bowls?
Give me an Arcana check.
Try it.
14 plus 22.
Nice.
That's
You kind of like focus yourself upon the spectral hand, you know, well versed in the matters of death and undeath. What type of hand is in front of you? Lucian, in the real realm, while he is in his mind having this moment, the hair on the back of your neck starts standing up.
Oh no.
You smell the distinct presence of a ghost.
Oh my god!
It is indeed a ghost's hand that reaches out to you at the top of these stairs, Xymark.
Please
It reaches
tell me
down
it
as
takes that long
if
for you
to
to say it.
clasp around your own and beckons you come up to the room above.
Ghost!
He took the hand! He took the hand!
In a moment, as you clasp the hand, the spectral hand disappears and the room around you changes. You see it shimmer like a hologram for a moment.
Mom is fucking
And you see the
crazy,
king.
guys.
You see the king, Arathanas Agathor, alive, laying in his bed.
Liar.
He's holding on to a chalice. And you see standing next to him with the same sorrowful look that you saw in her eyes in the feast down below. You see Styx pouring this wine into his cup.
Oh no.
You see the heaviness in her eyes as she looks upon her father. And you sense foul motive as she hands him another glass and takes the one she had poured for herself and sets it to the side. You see another flash. The king still laying in bed, now far sicker as the end of his life is nearing. You hear the shouts of his son, Davos. I've tried to be what you wanted to me be, father. What else could I do for you? He says, you, boy, can die for all I can.
Oh, cold.
You see Davos turns around and he grabs an axe that's laying by the bookshelf. You see him turn. The room changes.
Damn it,
once more.
slow down!
You're holding on to the ghost hand.
Hello.
The room of the king, as it is now, is in front of you. The ghost hand tugs you forward. And suddenly, from a nearby bookcase, a book lands on the ground. The pages start turning as the ghost fingers kind of pull magically at their pages. The book opens. And you see a location that you're somewhat familiar with in the nearby landscape. It's called the Bloodhound's Sepulchre. You see the spectral hand goes and taps its finger on the pages of the book. And suddenly, you're back. And you hear someone go, "Hey, what the hell are you doing?" And that's where we're gonna pick it up next time, guys!
Kissing? We're definitely not kissing up here.
First cliff, and it feels so good.
Clip it up.
Live!
Oh my goodness, guys, what the fuck? This is amazing! Oh, play D&D, people.
It goes by so fast, for sure.
It's time.
God.
But don't worry, that means we have so much fun stuff to go. Yay! Thanks so much, guys. Mad love to the buds for hanging with us, being out here. Good night to Precarious. Thanks for sharing the bud love, bro.
Hell yeah.
Have a great night. I know we're a little late for those of you that aren't out here on the West Coast with us. Guys, we fucking love you so much. Thanks for all you do for this amazing community. Come hang out with us. Come enjoy each other's company. Be sure to support the people that support the show and support each other. Let's fucking do awesome shit, make cool things, and be amazing.
Yes.
Guys, one sesh in the books. How does it feel?
Amazing.
So good.
Yes.
With all the poop talk, it's like, you know when you do have like a gnarly show like that, but the feeling after where you're like,
I have 0 poop notes. There was no poop notes.
No poop
That
poop
is
notes.
the essence of Dungeons and Dragons. I could have done a lot more on
Well,
the poop
I was gonna
outline.
say, we got it all out in the first episode.
That's
We
it.
had no,
Sometimes you gotta just.
No
Say you
fear.
had no brown
no
notes.
fear.
My God. Stay around for this kind of entertainment, guys.
my
You're not
God.
gonna get wordplay like that anywhere else. We
usually.
fucking thank you guys seriously so much. I can't wait to keep telling the story, these characters, and I'm just having so much fun. Thank you guys for being a part of this. Let's just keep making this thing bigger and better every single week. We got all kinds of cool shit coming. I am Brandon Allen McClanahan. This is
Run up, Folger!
Nicole Unger.
Jake Taylor.
Drew Yonimori.
You guys are the best motherfuckers in the world. We love you. Please play, hang out with your friends, have a good time, love yourself, create things, and be nice.
Yeah.
We do have us
Be nice.
a little ritual we like to do around here. Maybe you've heard about it, maybe you have not. But we like to take a lighter, like this one right here. Make sure we're not gonna light any of our friends, family, or household pets on fire and go. Light us up. What about that first fucking roll was a crit?